Special in this world. Well, guess what? The joke's on them because I'm in a new world. They'll never leave the small towns and little places that are stuck in the ground. No, they'll never see the faces, and I can't live that way, so I packed up and moved far away from home. Yeah, I've grown up, mama, I need something different. I overcame the odds, most of it was disappointment. But see, I've changed my tune. Now I support myself.
GMS.
I did something different. I overcame the odds. Most of it was disappointment. But see, I've changed my tune. I'll do anything I put my mind to. Well, some try to say that it's hard to progress. Well, I'll beg to differ because I found the best people to teach me how to do it greater. People who remind me that I'm doing better. I've never seen such a change inside of me where I feel like I've come out of hiding. People say fear is the key to success, and I'm here to tell you that I'm crapping my pants. I never understood how people could love you, especially when they've never met you. But somehow they have changed my point of view. I'll spread love until it's an issue. Yeah, I've grown up, mama, and it's something different. I overcame the odds, but it's disappointing to see I've changed my tune. Now I support myself, I'll do anything I put my mind to. I did something different. I overcame the odds, most of it is disappointing. But see, I've changed my tune. I'll support myself, I'll do anything I put my mind to. You never know what will happen when you log in to see. No, you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know what will happen when you log in to see. No, you never know who you're gonna meet. Yeah, we've grown up now, we're doing things different. We overcame the odds, most of it was disappointment. To see we've changed our tune. Now we support ourselves, so do anything you put our mind to. I did something different. I overcame the odds, most of it was disappointment. But see, I've changed my tune. I'll do anything I put my mind to.
Gaming Morning Show.
Tell your friends, tell your mom, Gaming Morning Show is on.
Wait,
Austin, your mom is here?
No.
Why did I look over where Bob is?
Austin, your mom is here?
Is she over there?
I sure hope not.
Is she in the box?
Whoa.
I haven't seen her in like 2 days.
Get out of here, Beelin. I just got the new marble tile installed and you'll mess up the grout. Besides, like our friend Oh Guitar Boy said,
Sorry, KK.
it's time for the clinically acclaimed Gaming Morning Show. Or should I say, award-winning.
And we have a clip of the year, friends. It is the Lost City of D live.
Glad we won.
Woo! Burp, burp, burp.
Kiki Low is in search of something.
I need a D that works.
There's the D. Searching in the universe because the D is currently broken.
Gaming Morning Show won Clip of the Year.
Oh my gosh.
But don't you dare expect to put that Chris Emmy Memorial Clip of the Year trophy in this
I
box.
probably should have prepared something more special.
I'm getting the walls repainted soon. Now, where to put the chandelier or the bearskin rug? Oh, and the piano. Can't forget that.
Maybe there is somebody in the world that can help her. Maybe somebody who sings a song.
6 to 9 a.m. Pacific. If you wanna get specific, I couldn't imagine any other place to go than to start the day with the Gaming Morning Show.
Morning, gamer. Welcome in. It's Gaming Morning Show. We're excited that you are along with us for the ride on Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. We have a whole bunch of good stuff planned for today. We are going to have a guest coming up to play 5 Questions GMS in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to have Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. That is on the way pretty shortly. Excited about that. A whole lot to come your way, including birthdays, this day in gaming history at the bottom, toward the top of next hour, rather. Pretty excited about that. We got a good topic of the day. All in all, I think we're loaded and ready to go.
I didn't get the memo. We're supposed to be loaded?
Prepped?
Oh, yes, I'm prepped.
Wait, we're supposed to be drunk right now?
Is that what loaded means?
I think so.
Oh no. That's what I meant.
Sean?
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm.
Is Sean our loaded expert?
Yep, sure is.
Every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
That's why those Coke cans
think-
sound so good.
Also, you think that's a Coke can. He's just got some wrapping on it, apparently.
Conceal and heal. Is that right? It is good to see the pre-show crew. JF Downs opened up things at 20 after 5 o'clock. Now that Downs has realized the whole time difference thing, Downs is prompt this morning, which is awesome. Kate Zaid, 54 past 5 o'clock, but was sleeping in today, which, you know, on Tuesdays, totally get. Scott Chick also here at 6 after 6 o'clock. Look, it's Mike O is on the bottom left of your screen. That is Sports.Gaming on the top left. I am Hefty Goof. Drew Mega is here already this morning. It's good to see you. Good morning. Above Zenith here as well. Drew Mega goes, wait, you guys aren't drunk when you do the show?
It's hard to tell.
Do we give you any impression that we might be? Only on Thursdays.
I was going to say, I mean, there's probably a chance.
Coming up, we'll talk to Charlie Rosen, the leader of the... the leader of the 8-bit big band. They are nominated for a Grammy Award. Pretty excited to talk to Charlie. Tony Award winner already. So we'll have a chance to ask some questions about what it's like to win a Tony Award. Tomorrow, we'll talk to Graham Matthews of Wrestler Rants about WWE 2K22. Maybe talk about Scott Hall, who passed away yesterday as well. Today...
Tomorrow's a wrestling heavy day.
Yeah, today is World Speech Day. It is World Consumer Rights Day. True Confessions Day. Why I don't know why that day of the day, True Confessions Day, only makes me think of that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which I think was True Lies.
True. Great movie.
Like, wasn't that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Oh, yeah.
And was that the one with like the weapon that could see through like walls? I thought that was the one where like
Probably.
the thing would like zone in on someone's heart and it could see in like a X-ray style pew pew motion.
That sounds possible.
Yeah, I mean, that might also be Total Recall.
I've never seen Total Recall, so I don't think it's that one.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper!
So
That's the only reason you brought that up, was to make Bob do that.
I don't make Bob do anything. Bob is of his own free will.
I know sometimes you poke him. You got a little poker there.
I always assumed Ryan had like a couple different strings that were tied to different like fingers or feet of Bob, and he pulled strings, and he was like, "Oh, that's the put it on a pancake string." I'm sure that's how it works.
I should put bells on those so every time I pull them, it sounds like the old hotel strings or something like that. Room 408 needs room service. Dingle, dingle, dingle. Today is National Brutus Day.
We don't talk about Brutus.
It's the Ides of March.
Is that
Beware the Ides of March.
Is there really a National Brutus Day?
Yeah, well, it's the Ides of March. Today is when Brutus stabbed Julius Caesar in the back.
Was that a good thing?
So, sure, yeah. Today is the day that if you need to murder somebody and do it from the back in the Senate, I guess you do it today, right? I think that's the rules.
Is this like the Purge?
No. Because you have to convince like 12 of your friends to help as well, and then you all have to do it on steps, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of rules, a lot of fine print.
Well, you started out with this concept seeming like it was fairly straight, simple, and then now it seems like there's a lot of fine print.
there's a lot of. So that's why most people don't do it, because they're like, I can only get 10 friends. Ugh, I can't get 2 more people to help me. You know, and then they can't find stairs, and it's
probably for the best.
You have to wear a toga, so it's really people get really concerned when they're like, "Hey, you want to walk with me to this place, but you got to wear a toga," and they're like, "What? Why do I have to wear it?" Just cause it's free flowing. It helps things breathe. Yeah,
which is important in murder.
Yeah, no, breathing is very important.
In Mordor.
Eventually. Mordor. Let's commit Mordor.
It's National Kansas Day as well. I think this is kind of fitting because Kansas is one of the most successful men's basketball programs in like all the land. And so given the fact that the NCAA men's basketball tournament starts on Thursday, that kind of actually fits. Yeah.
Are they good now again?
All I remember is back when I used to fill out brackets every single year, I never picked Kansas because I would run like the bracket thing when I was like in middle school and high school and stuff. And every year, whoever picked Kansas would ultimately get their heart torn out and stomped on the ground.
That's because they're terrible.
Well, they weren't terrible, but they were good enough to get to like the Final Four.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So. All right, today, our topic of the day has to do with something that you've been wrong on, but you swore you were right. Today is National Everything You Know Is Wrong Day. So we're asking, what is something you thought you were totally right about, but turns out you weren't? I'll give you an example. It's a band called ABBA. And in a song called Take a Chance on Me, they apparently say, baby, I'm still free, as opposed to what I once thought, which was Ollie Oxen free.
You thought they were playing hide and seek? Yeah.
You thought they were playing hide and seek.
And that's why the person singing was still free, because no one had found them yet in the game of hide. It makes no sense, but I swore for years that was the lyric.
Okay.
Do with that what you will. So, yeah. I have sent Rocket League invites. We're going to check in with Look It's Mike O to see what Mike is tracking later this hour. Heard good things about Pi Day. Well, we will have a Pi Day story for you coming up. Also, if you've been missing a bat for about 40 years, got some good news. We've located it for you. And we go back to our favorite spot. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. Not like a baseball bat?
No, not. But.
Well, what was the other one?
I was check swinging.
Yeah. Did you go around?
I think it went around.
Oh, yeah, it definitely went around.
Bob, did I go around?
No.
It took him a while, I think.
Yeah, but Bob's a third base on, and you're a right hand, so we need to check with the first base.
True.
Diego?
Here we go. Can't run away. Diego doesn't care, apparently.
Diego's scared to admit it that I didn't. So
Diego's like, oh no, they're talking to me again.
Kate Laugh is here. It's good to see you this morning. Thanks for being along for the ride.
A warm welcome to our official head of research and development, Kayla.
There was VG did try yesterday on Twitter, was asking a question, and I didn't know the answer. I asked everybody else, they didn't know the answer. So we basically just replied with K-Laugh.
As you should.
K-Laugh, I
Did it
don't know
work?
if K-Laugh's responded yet or not.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Sweet, look at you.
Well, I used my other car, so right here I switch to my alternate car, because I'm definitely well known as Harsh Paladin 502. Isn't that a Star Wars thing?
Sure, why not?
No? Paladin? Isn't that where the word starts the same as it ends?
Palindrome.
Okay, so almost.
You're off to you're like in the ballpark.
Yeah, not too far off. Above Zenith is rooting us on, by the way. Says, "Let's go, guys. Let's add more no wins to the list."
So should I like score on our goal then?
No. Decidedly.
Oh, just saying. I mean, the Zenith requests no win.
I think if we just try to win, the no wins will take care of themselves.
That's fair.
It is kind of funny though, because we've long said, you know, the quality of gameplay is not guaranteed on the show, but I think we've officially finally like lost the faith of the audience that we'd actually be able to win games.
That's fine.
I think they used to actually believe in us, and now.
Say when people don't believe in you, it's usually better. So it's better to not have, you know, to not, or to have like really low expectations, and then, you know, do okay. Because people are like, wow.
Yeah. Down says, I'm not sure I ever believed in you, so.
Why is there a question?
I know, I'm not sure I ever believed in you. Gaming wise. Wow, I think Dowds felt instant remorse for hitting enter on that one. Had to clarify. Is there anything that you've been adamantly wrong about, not realizing just how wrong you were?
I can't think of anything.
Wow.
That's not
okay.
That's
okay.
not to say it's never happened, but like I can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the problem with these questions all the time. Is like, have you ever done this thing? I'm like, probably, but
Have I not ever done this thing?
How is that possible when we have the topic of the day within like 8 minutes of going on the show? I mean, how could you not
Is it really
think
8 minutes though?
it is? It's usually closer to 10.
I would say it's almost like 9:03, and then you're like, oh, there's a topic.
No, the topic's usually in there by like at least 55. But the problem is, we're all still doing crap, so no one sees it until we get on the air.
That's
You know, it's kind of fun. It's like, have you seen the people on YouTube who do like the most Google search questions about themselves, and then they like peel off the label? So it's like Mike O, and then it's like a question about Mike O, and it's like, has Mike O ever? And then they peel off the label. That's kind of how we do topic of the day over here. It's like a scratch it.
Scratch and sniff.
Yes.
We should like scratch and sniff.
we should do a parody of that, but no one knows who we are. So it's like, has Mike O ever? Who's Mike O?
Has Michael ever worked with Sean before?
Well, definitely not.
I don't think so. I don't recall. But I really like going to the business.
They have a pickle bar. Top of the moron to you, Jordy.
Top of the moron.
It's good to see you. I don't know. I just saw Ryan fly a little bit more. Listen, if the act of flying was now the way to win this game, then we'd be cracked.
I hate you, Ben.
His name's not Ben. His name is Ben.
That was so matter of fact. No, it wasn't. Could have been. I hate you, Ben.
Ben?
Need to clip that just to get the audio. So clear. We did it! We're winners! Woo!
Freaking Ben. Ruined everything.
It's not how many goals you score, it's how many goals we score.
You are one of
hey.
life's winners.
I got a decal. I didn't get any wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Wait, I got a drop. Let's see.
I bet they're wheels.
And oh no, what the heck is that? It's like a weird butt-looking thing. That's a car topper. Sweet.
It's a
No
car butt.
wheels. Yes, best day ever.
Put on the car butt.
You're a car butt.
Coming up on tomorrow on Mike Checks His Rocket League Inventory. We take a journey through Mike's garage. 6:25 West Coast time, 9:25 at East. It's Sigh. 1:25 for those watching in the UK. So
At least this 2 weeks of the hours being off doesn't put them out of the afternoon and throw everything off.
That's true. That's fair.
Drew Mega says, "I'm never wrong, so this day is foreign to me." Drew Mega.
That's not true.
Yeah. That seems highly implausible.
Alexa, what is Drew wrong about?
Cancel. Wait, no, that one you can do. Please proceed. Just so trained now to say cancel any Alexa requests.
I like how you're slowly training the Alexas. If anyone says anything to it, Alexa just looks to you and be like, should I do this? No.
We're doing
No, okay.
obedience training for our voice assistants. Here's a treat. Kate Zaid is here, as we mentioned. Good moron.
Good moron.
To Dungeon Meowster KJ, it is good to see you this morning. Appreciate it. Most people here are wrong about which is the best Ninja Turtle, to which Kate Zaid said Raphael is the best.
It's a funny way to say the worst.
Nice. Well, as we know, Kate Zaid is pretty well known for being right about certain things.
To quote Cade Zaid, Stardew Valley sucks all the time.
Kate will be streaming later today. Let's get the news video game version. We do this every single show in the 6 o'clock hour, revisit in the 8 o'clock hour. It's time for the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. Here is your hashtag video game expert, Sean.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022, and this is your Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. First up, we have a story about a game that we've talked about a couple times that should be coming out sometime in the next couple years. That is Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is getting a state of play in a couple days, and we're going to see our first 15 to 20 minutes of PlayStation 5 gameplay. This is going to take place Thursday, March 17th. Begins at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. It's just 9 p.m. UK is what it says. What's the? I didn't know that was a time zone. It's 9 p.m. UK. Interesting. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube on PlayStation's official channels. It's going to run for about 20 minutes, 14 minutes of which will be gameplay captured on the PlayStation 5. And the rest of the show will be made up of, quote, insight from a few members of the team at Avalanche Software who are bringing the wizarding world to life. No official word as to if we're going to get any information in terms of release window, release dates, anything like that. But hopefully we will have more information about those things on Thursday. Excited to watch. And I don't work that day, so maybe I'll actually remember to watch it. It's unlikely, but maybe.
How about you ask
in our next
Alexa to remind you?
Alexa, remind me to watch State of Play Thursday at 2 p.m.
UK time.
I already told you when to remind me. I clearly stated that in the question.
That's why it never works.
Alexis. She turned off when I called her. In our next news story, a game that's out today. Spoilers for out today. Grand Theft Auto 5 new gen load times is going to save you a whole lot of time. This is from Wesley LeBlanc of Game Informer. Like I said, the game's out today, and on new gen consoles with all of the fancy solid state drives, the load times are more than 150% faster. That's what happens when you take a PlayStation 3 game and put it on the PlayStation 4, and then the PlayStation 5, and then the PlayStation 6. This game's never going away. It's going to be significantly faster than all of the old gen consoles. On the Xbox One, they found one specific load time. There was a load that took 1 minute and 59 seconds, and then on the Xbox Series X, it only took 59 seconds. On the PlayStation 4, that same load time took 2 minutes and 18 seconds, and on the PlayStation 5, took 39 seconds. Pretty good.
Come a long way.
Save you some time.
Since the Resident Evil door days. Those load times are ridiculous.
Yeah, it takes a long time to open a door. It's understandable. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's also a feature. This is somewhere possibly in the article I listed. The information's out there. You should be able to transfer your player characters from the previous gen to the new gen games, both GTA 5, GTA Online, but it's a little buggy. So check some detailed guides online if you're trying to do that before doing so, because it might need to wait for a patch first. In our last news story of the day, an update on Elden Ring speedrunners. There's an Elden Ring speedrunner that posted their first sub 30-minute run. Turns out this game is getting easier and easier. Now you can beat it in less than half an hour. It's from Owen S. Good of Polygon. According to speedrun.com, the community's leading database on verified beats, it doesn't have any official listings, but runners have been throwing up all kinds of videos showing off their skills, and the latest is under 30 minutes by Twitch streamer Lil Aggie. Yep. They first posted a sub 60-minute run on Wednesday, 12 days after the game launched. Then over the weekend, streamer Distortion 2 pared this down to his personal best, bringing the benchmark for Elden Ring down to 28 minutes, 59 seconds. Man, easy game. Man, they should make a harder game next time.
Well, they should follow like the Souls games models. I hear that those are incredibly difficult to play.
Yeah, those are pretty tough. They should have made it more like that.
Yeah. They can consult me next time.
Yeah, so check that out. There's a video posted in the link that I provided if you want to watch that entire speed run of 28 minutes, 59 seconds. And always last but not least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News with the world-renowned segment. Within a segment where we take a look at what is out today. Grand Theft Auto 5 is out today, as well as Grand Theft Auto Online on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. Dawn of the Monsters is out on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Phantom Breaker Omnia is out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach has made its way to the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Xbox One. Ethernaut is out on PC. And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's Name of the Morning goes to The Cruel King and the Great Hero, out on PlayStation 4 and Switch.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
Cruel King.
Huh.
What a great hero.
Huh. Huh.
You sounded like you're about to sing a Willy Wonka song there.
How'd you know?
It was a cruel king. in the summer, in the city. I mixed a lot of songs there.
That was quite a,
It's what they
quite a
call in the
thing.
biz as a medley. Someone does. So,
A medley, huh?
okay. Well, congratulations.
mashup?
It could be a mashup.
Is it a medley of mashups?
Mm-hmm.
A mashup of medleys. Marsupial.
Are we just saying M words now?
Marzipan.
All right, this is the kind of thing that you show up for. Thank you for being your name of the morning, the cruel king,
Meowster.
and the great hero, PS4 and Switch today. If you missed any of the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News, easiest way to find it, go to our Twitter and search.
Hashtag GMS Morning Gaming News.
And if you are a Patreon subscriber, when we do our Name of the Month giveaway, which is going to happen later this week,
Dun, dun, dun.
raise your hand if you believe me.
Diego? Nah, his hands are down.
I heard
Just-
Arturo.
Yeah, he just jumped up on the bookshelf. Does that count?
That's exactly what I said. Jump up on your bookshelf if you believe me.
His hands are technically
Oh,
higher
yeah,
than they used to be.
That's accurate.
There you go. You can check it out. Also, retweet things that you find on Twitter, and that always helps us as well. Patreon.com/Gaming Morning Show. Welcome subscriber kneecap and Adopt Bob tiers are available on that website.
A new box would be pretty okay.
All right, we got Charlie Rosen coming up in about 2 hours from now. We'll talk to the Grammy-nominated New York City-based multi-instrumentalist who is part of the team that put together Meta Knight's Revenge. It's from one of the Kirby games. Live look at Arturo doing something.
Staring at random things, apparently.
Protecting Sean.
He just likes to be way up.
Whatever that bear is about to get whooped.
Did you see up on the bookshelf? It's the Catman. There's going to be concerts for the 8-bit big band coming up in New York City, DC, and Boston. So we'll talk more about that coming up 2 hours from now. It is now 6:35, 9:35 out east. It is 1:36 now for those watching GMS in the UK. There was once a bear that stood outside my window. Come to my window. Open the blinds, stay by the light of the day. Come to my window, bear, you're here soon. Who sings that?
You
do.
Was that a Cher song?
Melissa Etheridge.
Right.
Cher.
Melissa Etheridge. Drew Mega goes, you guys are killing me with Alexa. Is Alexa going to make it through your household, Drew? Maybe you should just unplug it at this point. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna change their echoes to use a different wake word.
I like how we're blaming them. It's
mine
your
says
fault,
computer.
chat.
I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying they're going to.
Alexa, tell Drew how amazing he is.
Do you use computer as yours?
I do.
Me?
Because then it's like Star Trek.
Oh. Do you give a star date every single time?
No.
Computer. Star
It's a
date.
lot of work.
48.
It would be like, what? Are you, what? Never mind.
Nice. Drew Maker says, I asked Alexa to respond to my voice only. She's told me to go,
Yep.
F.
Yeah, I tried that one time and she goes, I will only respond to your voice. Wink. I'm like, why'd you say wink?
Did she really say wink?
No, it just didn't work.
Damn Alexas.
Wink.
We know everything. All right, it's 6:37 out on the West Coast. Let's get updated on what Look It's Mike O is tracking at this hour.
Well, that's me. I'm Mike-O. Hey everybody. You like pies? I love pies. It's so yummy. And in case you missed it, yesterday was Pie Day. Why, you ask yourself? Well, because it was March 14th. Ben Hooper tells us that Guinness World Records celebrated Pie Day on Monday, that was yesterday, by announcing Swiss researchers set a new record by calculating the number to. Oh, that's a lot of numbers. Billion. 62,831,850. No. 62,831,853. That's a lot of whatever. Pi Day is celebrated March 14th. 3.14, the first three digits of pi, as it means it's celebrating the irrational number, which represents the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. Nerd. Guinness World Records said Thomas Keller and his team at the Center for Data Analytics, Visualization and Simulation, or DAVIS, used the software Y-Cruncher on a machine using the Ubuntu 20.04 operating system to create their precise calculations. Keller said it took his team about 3 days to assemble their computer and 108 days and 9 hours to perform the computation that resulted in pi being calculated to all those numbers. The previous record, more than 31.4 trillion digits, was set by Google employees in 2019. The main challenge is the enormous amount of data this calculation produces, and to keep the computation running over several months without any data loss. I did a lot of test runs calculating pi to lower numbers of digits to get a firm idea on what to expect during a record attempt. Yeah, it's a lot of numbers. I can't even. So there's a million right there. This is billion. 62,831,853,071,796. I think.
A lot of digits.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
No,
I don't know. I'm sure it's close enough. Whatever.
I followed everything you said as a math enthusiast over here. So
Yeah.
I mean, listen, yesterday I was informed by my daughter that somebody has pi as the number around the entire perimeter of the classroom wall. It wraps around, and I didn't realize it was that long that you could have the whole thing, if you print it big enough, wrap around your whole classroom.
Pi goes on forever.
I also didn't realize that. So
it's infinite.
Irrational numbers do not repeat and continue on forever and ever. So pi does not have an end.
As opposed to rational numbers, who will be like, "Oh yeah, I should probably stop at some point."
Yeah.
Irrational numbers are like, "I'm never gonna end." Yeah. It's okay.
Oh boy.
Wow.
was that from the bookshelf to the desk?
Yeah. Was that purposeful or not?
Wow.
Okay. He's the problem with Arturo is he's not graceful.
Arturo is very irrational.
He never ends. Oh boy.
Good cat.
He's going to break a hip someday.
We're gonna have the first cat in history that's gonna be on a walker.
Texas Ranger.
Top of the morning to you, Forgiven John. It's good to see you. Today is National Everything You Know Is Wrong Day on this morning radio show that plays games. So we're asking, what is something you thought that you were totally right about, but turns out that you weren't? Like the gracefulness of one Arturo, or that pi lasts forever.
I don't know.
How do they figure that out?
I'm still trying to figure.
How do you figure out that a number can never end? I don't get it. That seems impossible.
Hey, do you ever end? No. All right.
You have conversations with the number.
69 trillion, no, 62 trillion and stuff.
I think this makes sense. Dungeon Meowster KJ says, Nerd alert.
Nerd alert!
I wanted a spiral tattoo of pi that started out on my right wrist and wrapped around my arm, over my shoulders, wrapping back around my left and fading out at my left wrist.
I scored a shot.
You sure did. It was a nice shot.
I have no idea how that happened.
I don't know, but it was great.
I mean, that would be a pretty cool tattoo. Get away, fish guy. Me and this fish guy are just over here fighting.
Who lives in a Rocket League under the sea?
This fish guy?
It actually might work.
Did you see the name of one of our opponents?
The fish guy.
No.
Oh, I just centered it for fish guy. Okay, and I saved it. We're good.
We're playing against one of our Patreon subscribers.
Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy. 5 souls here.
It's good to see you. That's a long joke.
That's been a joke for the last 3 years. Oh.
Leg.
You're supposed to say you were reading chat.
No, it was lag that time. I don't make those bad of plays even when I'm reading chat.
Even jumped.
Yeah. I was jumping to the ball and then lagged out. It was weird. Oh, that guy took my thing. So we've learned so far this morning, chat, for those just joining us, that Mike and Sean have never been wrong.
That's not true.
That's not what
I
we
just
said.
can't recall something
Now,
that I
now
thought
you're
was for
wrong about
certain.
what we said about being wrong.
You misremembered, huh?
Lockbox.
Are you reading words on your screen?
Yeah.
What do you think about Ben?
Ben. Sorry, Ben.
I also forgot yesterday when I was talking about the baseball teams that I have to support this year. I also have to support the Rockies for Hofbrew.
Ew. What?
Yeah.
Hopper's a Rockies fan?
Mm-hmm.
Silly.
And Daddy's a Cardinals fan.
I'll spit my coffee out.
But it turns out chat's not wrong about much either. I'm impressed. But yeah, ABBA's definitely singing All the Oxen Free. You can look it up. It's on the internet.
Downs was wrong about being able to hear us this morning. Pre-show, he's like, "Oh, I can hear everybody. You guys are talking." And nobody was talking. And it turns out it was an ad.
It sounded just like it.
Yeah, it was so weird. They were saying, "Alexa, order paper towels."
Cancel, stop.
It was just weird.
Either that or were they trying to get a structured settlement, but you needed cash now? It is odd. I had one instance, though. So on the scene, if you look on the right side, there's me, Sean, and Mike kind of in this little square. And there's one time where I didn't have Discord open, but I could see Mike.
What?
I couldn't see Sean. Sean was in the same Discord call, but I could see Mike. I didn't have Discord open, and my computer wasn't on like overnight. Like it wasn't like a, thing from the prior day or something. It was really, really bizarre and a little bit spooky. But I
Were you
figured
just dreaming of Mike?
no big deal.
Maybe
You
it was
dream of Genie?
Skynet.
I'm Genie.
Can you grant my wish?
I'm not that kind of Genie.
We got birthdays of stay in gaming history coming up next. Downs goes, I am often wrong. Seems one can have more than one window open at a time.
Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? JF Downs. They're all just waiting right there.
They should probably spread out a little bit. Play some lane coverage.
Literally everyone.
Oh, that
Daddy,
was almost beautiful, Mike.
Daddy went back though. Daddy, chill, Daddy. See that meme? That's a good one. Oh, I got an email from the Washington County Library. That's cool.
What's on
So you
Mike's
guys-
phone?
Just so you guys know, you should return your books if you went to the Tiger 12th Public Library. Hey, we did it, guys.
2 for 2.
Hot diggity darns. Sorry, Daddy. You just put daddy in things? That's really uncomfortable. Daddy. Look at me sports balling. This is KJ. Daddy, let's go to a baseball game. Daddy, daddy, daddy. Diddy, diddy, diddy. Sorry.
You good?
Yep, I'm great.
Okay, 6:50. West Coast time, 9:50 out east, and it's 2:50. Normally, right now, 1:50 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. I was gonna say earlier when you were like, at least it's still the afternoon, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's not like I have to memorize it. I look at the time to remember what it is in the UK, and just now I apparently did memorize it and thought it was 2 o'clock over there. Whatever, it's almost 2 o'clock.
It's like if you do the same thing 1,000 times, it just becomes automatic.
That's funny. Drew Mega says Rockies have a nice ballpark though. I went to Coors Field for like the first time, maybe 3-4 years ago. It is beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah.
Cool.
Coors Field, enjoy it. It's good. Let's do birthdays this day in gaming history. If you have a birthday to celebrate, well, by all means, let us know. In about 90 minutes from now, we will talk to Charlie Rosen, the Grammy-nominated and Tony Award-winning musician of the 8-bit big band. We'll talk about that. The Grammys are coming up on April 3rd, and so we'll
Is it his birthday?
I don't think so. That would be awesome, though. We can ask.
That's not one of the questions, though.
I don't know. It could be, because if we ask.
That'd be a pretty awful 5 questions. Is today your birthday? No, great.
Thanks for stopping by.
That's it. Just disconnect.
Wu-Dang Pig is here. It's good to see you, Wu-Dang. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning.
Top of the Mora.
Today is Downs' birthday. Happy birthday, Downs.
Not Downs' birthday.
Too late.
It's not Downs' birthday.
Kate goes, does he know that you won? Maybe we are loaded today. Does he know that you won the Clip ME Memorial Clip of the Year? Asked Kate Zaid.
We should tell him.
That is true. We're clinically acclaimed, but also award-winning around here, so that could be true. We can ask, is winning a Tony Award the same as winning the Clip ME Memorial Clip of the Year?
Charlie, Mike O, GMS News. Quick question. Which is bigger? Tony Award or Clip ME Clip of the Year? Thanks. I'm good.
I like how Wu is going off the premise of it may not be Downs' birthday, but I have a 1 in 365 chance of being right, and just will try every single day for the next year.
The way I used to do it was in January. I would just send birthday cards to people, and I would just say, "Don't open this till your birthday," because then you can't be wrong. You know.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Genius.
I did it for like 3 years, and then I was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of work."
Do you send them like right at the beginning of January, just in case
Yeah.
someone gets it on January 6th and their birthday's on the 5th? They're like,
Well,
I have to wait a whole year.
It would cover from them from like the previous year should cover that.
You are a genius.
It's accurate.
All right. Today, actor Judd Hirsch. Hirsch turns 87.
He won 2 Emmy Awards for his work on Taxi. Funny story. Judd Hirsch's grandkids used to come to the camp in upstate New York where I worked, and he would come drop them off, and he would wander around and torture my staff. He would
Nice
ask them
job,
the
number 4.
strangest questions. Yeah, go figure, right?
Do you
Go
say
figure, right?
about your camp, you don't think they spend $20,000 on the toilet seat, do you?
I mean, honestly, he probably did at some point.
It's one of the lines from the greatest
It
movie of all
wasn't
time,
super cheap.
Independence Day.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, though. Really nice.
So, What's the fun fact?
That he went to Emmy Awards.
Interesting. That means
His work on Taxi.
we get a chance to play.
Taxi.
What do we name this game? I can't even remember at this point.
It's called the game we play when we're doing birthdays, and their fun fact has to do with winning awards or being nominated for awards.
So Maiko and Sean will now
Trademark.
lock in their answers of how many times Judd Hirsch has been nominated for Emmy Awards. He's won twice, Judd Hirsch has. How many times nominated? Mike, you get to lock your answer in first.
2.
The didgeridoo plays from Bob. That means your answer's locked in. Sean?
More than 2.
Fine. What's the answer?
It's 6.
Okay.
5 of them for Taxi. Yeah, I had already counted, so I couldn't answer.
Oh, he cheated.
Oh, Mike wins by default.
Correct.
My answer, you couldn't hear it, but I said 2 times 3. Yeah.
Equals pi.
That's how I say numbers now.
Please don't send your children or anyone who's learning math to me. Just run as fast as you can. Singer Mike Love turns 81 today.
He looks a lot like John Stamos.
Other funny story. Mike Love used to buy me beer. And by beer, I mean root beer. My uncle's wife's uncle, I don't know what that makes him to me, owned the Come On In Patterson, New Jersey. I think it was in Patterson. But the Beach Boys would frequent there, and Mike Love was one of them. And he'd say, "Get that kid a beer," and then he'd wink at me, and they'd give me a root beer.
Maiko is a mighty fine, plain individual.
If Mike
I used to
has
think I had a really boring life, and then I was like, "Yeah, things are actually cool."
if Mike has a story for every single celebrity that's having a birthday today, I don't know what we can do. But here we go.
I'm previewing the list.
Director
Yep, all of
David
them.
Cronenberg turned 79 today.
So when I was a kid, David Cronenberg was from Toronto.
No.
You tried though. Today, rocker Dee Snider turned 67.
He's wearing a very inappropriate T-shirt in this picture. But
He
luckily,
likes
you can't see the
hockey.
first letter.
He just likes hockey pucks.
Okay, we'll go with that.
And you know what they say when you play hockey.
No, it's the literal instructions for the shirt. He doesn't wear it outside of his waistband. He just tucks it.
But if you look at the side, you can obviously see it's.
No, it looks like it's clearly tucked in.
Yeah, whatever. Just so you know, he appeared last year in an episode of Celebrity Family Feud. So all the incredible things Dee Snider has ever done in his career have not outshined being on Celebrity Family Feud.
Have you ever
This
been,
is
Steve
a
Harvey.
fun fact.
Oh, gotcha.
have you ever been on the Family Feud?
Probably.
It's a lot of fun.
Sounds fun.
Oh,
I remember Mike was a recurring contestant on it.
Mike job number, you know what? I lost count.
Bret Michaels, rocker, and definitely not a wrestler, because every time I see Bret Michaels, I think of Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart. Turns 59 today.
he's only 59. Holy crap. He was on The Masked Singer as the Banana.
Banana phone. Great. NFL's Mike Tomlin turns 50, head coach of your Pittsburgh Steelers.
He is so young too. Holy moly, he's been around forever.
Yeah, he was hired right after they won Super Bowl 40, like 05. So at the
When
time, I
Cowher
think,
retired. Yeah.
was the youngest coach, and now is 50.
Jeez, OP.
So, actress Eva Longoria turns 47 today.
Cool.
She's godmother to actor Mario Lopez's daughter.
Oh, I thought that's a godmother to actor Mario Lopez, and I was like,
Yes.
math's not working there for me, but okay.
She was 2 when she was made godmother.
Singer will.i.am is also 47 today.
Oh. He voiced Pedro in Rio and its sequel.
will.i.am did pretty good in that movie.
Williams.
Kind of the two sidekick birds were pretty good.
Yeah.
Actress Eva Longoria turns 37.
Yep, perfect. Yeah. So this one is interesting to me. It says daughter of Susan Sarandon and director Franco Amuri. I didn't realize Susan Sarandon was married before she married Shawshank. Tim Robbins, is that his name?
Mr. Redemption.
Yeah. So I had no idea she had a baby before he was there. So that's crazy. Yeah.
Makes you feel any better. I didn't know that Susan Sarandon was married to Tony Robbins or whatever you just said.
Tim Robbins. Tony Robbins is the
Motivation.
the guy who wants you to buy his book.
And then actor
Buy my book.
Kellen Triple Lutz is 37 today.
That is real nickname. That'd be great.
There you go.
Oh, he was on CSI New York. Way to go, Kellen.
Dun dun.
No, that's the other letters.
Actor Francis Conroy is 69 today.
Nice.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Kind of. Any
That's
others?
the same person. Well, Devonta Adams or Devonta Freeman. Wait, who does Devonta Freeman play for?
Now plays for the Baltimore Ravens. 30 today.
Okay, I was like Devonta Adams. That's a weird way to spell Adams. Well, he's 30. Devonta Freeman.
Every morning when I wake up and I look at Cleveland.com, there's a singer from Sugar Ray. Mark McGrath is 54 today.
Dude, that's a lot of mornings. There's a lot of like late 90s, early 20aughts birthdays. Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 is 50.
Feeling
Who,
that.
by the way, he was just about 2 or 3 months ago cancer free. Way to go, Mark. He's on Twitch often, so look him up. And also DJ Joseph Hahn of Lincoln Park is 45. Kind of neat. And happy heavenly birthday to Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
The
RBG,
first, right?
one of the most incredible women in the world. Yeah, and it's her first. Where'd you go?
This day in gaming history, 1997, Seattle, Washington, the GameWorks Video Arcade opens. Partners of the GameWorks company are DreamWorks, Universal Studios, and Sega Enterprises of Japan. The main attraction is a vertical reality interactive game designed by Steven Spielberg. Up to 12 players are seated around columns of 3 video screens as cyborgs are shot. The player is raised, the object being to reach the top. Cost to play is $4.
It's not bad, not bad.
I went to a GameWorks. It was in Phoenix. I do not remember that. But I wonder if it's still there. Is GameWorks still open in Seattle 25 years later?
Yeah. 25 years is a lot of years.
For an arcade, especially. So, 2001.
Permanently closed.
Sad. Sony and Connectix end their legal fight over PlayStation 2 emulation software by agreeing to jointly develop the software. Sony will acquire all assets of Connectix related to the virtual game station software.
I love playing with those things.
I've never once in my life seen anything to do with a Connectix. But it comes up all the time in this day in gaming history.
Well, yeah, because it's very, there's a lot of legal battles around it.
2002, Resident Evil, the movie, came out. Film's based, kind of, a little bit on the video game of the same title.
Ballpark.
2005, Electronic Arts releases Medal of Honor, Dogs of War for Xbox and PlayStation 2. And then 2006, Sony announces the PlayStation 3 will not go on sale in the spring, but will be released after November.
I actually vaguely remember that, and I remember having some friends who were quite upset.
I learned yesterday that all 4 of us, including Austin Tech, have like very little Xbox background.
Yeah, it wasn't until the 360 that I started playing Xbox.
Xbox 360.
2011, Konami released Hardcore Uprising for PlayStation 3. That same year, Capcom put out Okamiden for Nintendo DS.
Nailed it.
First try. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Topic of the day has to do with National Everything You Know Is Wrong Day. When's the last time you were completely wrong about something, but you're so adamant that you were right? Also, next hour, we will have a top 10 list and sports.
The parties.
Bear's going to play hockey.
Hockey.
Yeah. Tomorrow, speaking of, well, sports entertainment, we'll talk to Graham Matthews of WrestleRant about WWE 2K22. For funsies, Graham Matthews goes by GSM. So we'll have GSM on GMS tomorrow at 7:25.
Oh, that's going to get so confusing.
It'd be we'll have a flow chart. Downs, our official cartographer and diagrammer of Gaming Morning Show, get ready for that because we're going to need your help. So, all right, stick around. Second hour on the way. It is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. Gaming Morning Show. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, GamingMorningShow.tv.
Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy. Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy.
Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy. Scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy. Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy. From a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy.
Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Like a scene from a man, that is so juicy.
Wow, incredibly juicy.
Like a scene from a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy. From a movie. Let's make it juicy. Let's make it juicy.
Like a scene from a movie. That is so juicy.
Wow, incredibly juicy.
Scene from
Drive through Bordeaux when it hurt all alone, but it'll be just fine if heaven's secure. I was lost, I would cry, I would wish all night that it'll be just fine if you aren't leaving for good. I could hear you on the radio playing when I was riding so stuck in Vegas. You said we could never be strong, but our hearts are golden and connected as one. Through lonely days, we got better as they came.
Tonight, on I Guess We'll Never Know, we go inside the unsolved case of a sibling rivalry. A misunderstanding between brother and sister that led to destruction. Mom, have you seen my Furby? What started as a practical joke turned deadly.
Copia said, my sister tried to convince me that it was based on a witch in the woods near my house. I boiled her Furby in response.
It was premeditated. Turns out, it was Ferb-degree murder.
The eyes and beak melted slightly.
A special GMS event. Furbicide in the forest. Only one Furby was harmed in the making of this promo. Or was it?
The truth is,
You can't kill a Furby.
It's behind you!
Staying for love through lonely days.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, list of the day and birthdays. No. Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, list of the day and sports. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningshow.tv. Join us for GMS After Dark with Look, It's Maiko. Wednesdays at 4:45 p.m. Pacific. Time for hour number 2, right now.
Morning, gamer. Thanks for being here. It's Gaming Morning Show. We are so excited that you are along with us on Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. It's going to be a pretty okay show. We got Charlie Rosen coming up in just over an hour. We'll talk to the Grammy Award nominated orchestrator, part of the arrangement. When you have a chance to watch this, and we'll share the link through the course of the interview, when you have a chance to watch the video for the Meta Knight's Revenge, which was the song that has been nominated for Best Arrangement Instrumental or a cappella at the Grammys, there is a keyboard part that is just epic. I think that's Jake Silverman, who's also one of the arrangers of the piece. So we'll ask that about with Charlie coming up a little bit later today. Also, you heard Bob mention GMS After Dark coming up tomorrow with Look, It's Maiko. Guess gonna be Rich Fan?
Yep. Rich is a high school friend of mine who turned a love for wrestling into a career. And he is he's featured as a writer and podcast host on Pro Wrestling Torch or pwtorch.com. And since tomorrow is 3/16, Look, It's Maiko says, I just booked your butt. And Rich is going to come on and talk a little bit about how he got to where he is, and we're going to chat a little wrestling. Well, past, present, and future. I'm sure we'll do a little reminiscing on Scott Hall, and then we'll play a little bit a little wrestling game towards the end there. It'll be fun.
You're gonna wrestle?
Yep, we're gonna wrestle each other on Discord.
Could you have a thumb wrestling match?
Probably not, because you can't it doesn't work. Because okay.
I think I won.
I feel like I lost. Is that bad?
I don't. Usually.
We just made up a game and played it through a camera, and I still felt like I lost.
It's ridiculous.
Now, you mentioned yesterday, because Scott Hall had passed away, whilst basically we were kind of in the sports segment or around there. We didn't get official word, but did pass away. Did you have a favorite wrestler growing up? Was it Scott Hall?
It wasn't Scott Hall. Growing up, my favorite wrestler was Sting. I was a huge Sting fan. He was in the WCW, and now he's in AEW. But Scott Hall was one of the guys that he was the first wrestler I really disliked because he was the bad guy, and that kind of made me helped me to rekindle my love of wrestling as not just something that I watch with my grandma or with friends or family. That I watched it all the time, and when he jumped on WCW and was with the NWO, like that hooked me. Like I didn't miss a week from there on out. Before it was kind of like, yeah, it's not that big of a, like I'd watch it, I'd tape it on my VCR and then play it back. But yeah, no, when that happened, I was hooked. I watched everything. I got my parents to buy all the pay-per-views and or other ways to get the pay-per-views. So it was cool. It was awesome. And and he passed away yesterday afternoon, and that was a huge bummer. But
VHS.
correct.
VHS.
Now we're chanting for VCR.
Sean is playing Horizon Forbidden West for GMS Plays. Today at noon Pacific, we are anticipating episode 8 being released. You can see the whole Let's Play available on our YouTube page, youtube.com/GamingMorningShow. Where are we at as we move into episode 8 later today?
Episode 8 is kind of the first episode where we're jumping into the meat of Act 2. And basically Act 2, there's these 3 main missions we need to go on, and we're starting the first of those 3 in episode number 8, and we'll finish that up over the course of like 8, 9, and I think a little bit into 10. So 8's a pretty good episode because we're going to meet some new characters. We're going to see a chief, which may or may not be a jet. We'll see. It might be a jet. Check it out. And I joined a new team.
A jet, like an airplane?
Yeah, like an airplane. Oh, maybe. We'll see. And then I joined a new team, and they have a name that I don't want to spoil, and it becomes a new name after I join, and that'll probably be the clip. So check that on the social media sometime soon.
You can find us on Twitter at WatchGMS, sports.gaming top left, look it's Mike O, bottom left, I am Hefty Goof. Today, our topic of the day on this morning radio show that plays games is, well, everything that you know is wrong day, according to National Day Calendar. While starting a conversation, one might want to avoid using words like, quote, I think. The observance may be a time for all to contemplate our own lack of knowledge. It is okay that one does not know everything, and if there is a need to feel as if you do, hold on. Tomorrow will be here soon, and then once again, you can think that you do. While you might think it would be okay to point out how wrong others are, you'd still be wrong. You'd still be wrong for thinking that. However, it would be a good day to scroll on by all those Twitter comments that annoy you. Of course, if you're wrong on this holiday, take solace in the thought that so is the person to the right and left of you. But again, you'd still be wrong according to the name of the day. What the hell did I just read?
I don't know. It was intense.
But there's supposed to be people next to me?
Yeah, there's no one here.
I should have said.
Turns out that was when I was
there-
wrong. I thought there were people here.
I should have read to the top, bottom, and sides of you.
Well, there's no one underneath me either.
Yet.
In that conversation of learning to be okay with being wrong, that took a while. Becoming doctor and starting to see patients, and there's this expectation that like, oh, you know everything. And there are a lot of things that I do know about, and there's a lot of knowledge I have. There's also a lot of knowledge I should have that I've since forgotten, because you learn so much going through school. There's no way you're going to remember it all. And so learning to be okay with being asked a question, whether you should know it or not, that you don't know, and learning as a physician, being okay saying, I don't know, but I can find out. Because that's one thing that, one thing we are trained in is when we don't know, we have the tools and the resources and the knowledge base to find that answer in a better way than, a layman might be able to. And so learning to be okay saying, I don't know, I'll get an answer, I'll get back to you. Took a while to get comfortable with that.
Just like in sports talk. and of probably as equal of importance. Because when you do sports talk radio, you're supposed to know everything, and so we're basically the same person.
We're the same.
Yeah.
Downs asked if I use Google Feud for work exclusively.
Google Feud.
Only the new version though. When someone asks me a complicated question, I'm like, that's Googled less than Kanye.
Do not Google that.
No one likes the White Sox either.
How you doing down there, Mike?
The tornado sirens are going off. I'm assuming they're testing them because there's literally been no word of any precipitation. So if I suddenly disappear, it's been real.
Zesty.
I'm sure it's fine.
That was the perfect opportunity for get to the chopper.
Bob, you missed your cue. Traffic later on the
my
show.
daughter's gonna start yelling my name. Dad, what's that? What do you want?
Just tell her the tornadoes are coming.
It's the take a nap sign. All right, just take a nap.
All you
You
need
know how
to
many people yesterday I told that it was National Nap Day? That's the topic of the day at work.
I mean, all you have to do if the tornado shows up, Mike, is find a pipe that's somewhat buried into the ground, take off your $9.99 belt that you buy at Target, and then strap you and Helen Hunt to it, and you'll go nowhere.
You see me and Helen Hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know my name. My daughter's name was Helen Hunt.
No, you need to go find Helen Hunt, and that's how you
that's the only
avoid.
way.
Yeah. That's the only way to survive a tornado.
They're really digging in with these freaking alarms stuff. I'm not gonna lie, they're really annoying.
A little concerned for Mike. Do you need to pause your video game and go see if you need to worry about a tornado?
No, that's all good.
Okay.
My phone would be making like a noise if there was a real tornado.
If I'm being honest with you,
Couple weeks ago, last week, the week before, at like 3:30 in the morning, we got a tornado warning, and my phone was like, ah! You can't even hear it because it was
that high pitched.
But my wife was like, my phone was making a really annoying noise, so I turned it off. Can you see what your phone says? And I was like, it says there's a tornado warning, and she was like, oh, should we go to the basement? Like, probably. I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Out of curiosity, how often do you get tornadoes? Because I just think I learned today that Indiana's in the tornado section.
We're like in the so we're right on the edge of kind of the the danger zone, if you will. I hate it. Tornadoes are probably my biggest fear, if I'm honest. Just because they're so unpredictable, they just gotta happen. They don't happen very often here, but with the way that weather patterns are going, thanks to our good friend global warming, it's becoming more of an occurrence, and that terrifies the Jiminy Crickets out of me. So, yeah.
How often do the warnings happen?
Well, every Friday at 11 a.m. they test them. So there's that.
But it's not Friday.
Or 11 a.m.
Oh no!
Correct. But we'll get like 2 or 3 a year, or per tornado season, I guess, which is right now. So.
Okay. So nothing you just said gave me any more confidence that you're not actually supposed to go see if there's a tornado coming.
No, we're not. I mean, it's if there was a real tornado warning, I would get an alert on my phone. They're really annoying, and my wife likes to turn them off.
So now you're telling me that the thing that you would use to dictate whether or not there's a tornado might be turned off right now?
Oh no, mine is on.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm a weather nerd. I love the weather and meteorology, so I wouldn't turn that off.
Nerd alert.
That's actually what keeps Mike safe from tornadoes is the nerd alert.
I mean, honestly.
KJ's finding far more tornado
Yeah.
emotes than I ever thought would have existed.
As I tell, this is like the biggest thing I'm afraid of. She's like, hee hee hee.
Ah! Here's what you're afraid of in cartoon form. Animated Fear. Name of my band in high school. So, tornadoes or flying?
Tornadoes, 1,000. I mean, I don't like flying, but I'll do it. I would rather not ever be in a tornado.
Flying in a tornado.
Like, do I control the tornado?
Nope.
You
get to be Storm.
Power? Yeah.
No, you're
that would be
you're
cool.
in the airplane whilst the tornado is happening.
I mean, we can avoid the tornado then because we're in an airplane.
But aren't they like pie and they go all the way to the
A
sky?
heat-seeking tornado. Well, they go to the clouds, and I don't know the last time you flew. You usually go above the clouds.
Maybe they go to space now because of climate change.
Okay. Space tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
In space. Space. Space.
It's our first Netflix series that GMS is going to write. Tornadoes in space. It's like Sharknadoes.
Space NATO. I've been in a plane when I was struck by lightning before.
Really?
Yeah, that was great. The power went off for a second. I thought I was gonna die surrounded by Baltimore Raven fans.
Were you on the Baltimore Ravens charter plane?
I flew from so I worked in upstate New York and I was applying for a job at a camp in Tennessee, and I made it to like the final round of interviews and they flew me down for the interview. And it was the weekend of like the AFC divisional rounds, and I went from Albany to Baltimore to Nashville, and the Ravens were playing the Titans, and I got on the plane and it was just filled with Ravens fans, and it smelled like beer and BO. It was wonderful.
Beer and BO.
I don't think it was wonderful. I think
And as we descended into Nashville, there was storms. This is January, by the way. So we left a blizzard in Albany, and as we're flying into Nashville, our plane we're making our final descent. The plane was struck by lightning, and the power flickered for what seemed like 7 years, but it was probably like half of 2 seconds, which would be 1 second, I guess. But yeah, so it was awful. I hated it so much. Hated.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Not a rich fan.
Not a high-speed fan, otherwise known as tornadoes.
Yep. Correct.
7:27. West Coast time 10:27. Out east 2:27. For those watching GMS in the UK. Sean, Mike, and Ryan with you this morning. We got Charlie Rosen coming up in about an hour. Let's do our top 10 list here. Top 10 list. It's going to be golden. I can't wait to talk about it. This top 10 list is the list that we're doing today, which is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022, on National Everything You Know Is Wrong Day. So if you have a chance, let us know what is something that you thought you were totally right about, but turns out you weren't.
Yeah, lots of things. There's so many things. There's a lot of. Uh-oh.
Mike was wrong about whatever has just happened.
Yep.
Mike,
This is
Mike. What's going on?
There's a top 10 list. I don't know what's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The top 10 list. The highly anticipated top 10 list that we had prepared. Was it yesterday when we picked the topic and chose the top 10 list?
Yep.
I think it was yesterday. Maybe
I think.
maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it wasn't yesterday.
Maybe, I don't know. You know, it could have been 2 days ago. Could have been yesterday, tomorrow.
I think we were planning on today's list about a year ago.
No, yeah, it's right. It's right there. You know,
That's the thing about days of the day, right? We know them a year ahead of time, so
that's so true.
Well, let's do a list about 10 things that most of us have been doing wrong our whole lives. Sound good to you?
Yeah, I think that's good to know.
This is from brightside.me, which is a website I go to find out what I've been doing wrong. So here we go.
This is what they mean when they say you should look on the bright side
of me.
They've been talking about this website the whole time.
Apparently, you're not supposed to put your Oreos in milk with your fingers. If you use a fork, your fingers are now clean and also crumbless.
Yes, that's true.
But look how they're stabbing the thing. What if you want to do the and then dunk just half of it? You're not going to happen.
In my experience, it's either twist and eat or dunk. I've never done that.
No, same.
Twist and dunk? That's way too complicated.
You've never twist and dunked?
No, you twist and eat.
You
or
alternate.
just
So
dunk.
you dunk the whole thing and you eat one of those, and then the next one you twist and dunk. You do half and eat the other. Then you just go back and forth between those for the whole serving size of Oreos, as recommended by those rows that they put them in.
Oh yes.
2.
Number 2 is it's a. Are these just all gonna be life hacks?
No, they're things you've done wrong.
Yeah, which is where life hacks come from.
Number 2 is apparently the correct way to juice a lime if you have a juicer. Most people would cut it in half and put it in the juicer. Turns out that's the wrong way. You should cut off just the tippy top and then juice it.
You get all the
and then you get a green check mark.
3.
True. Otherwise it goes opening pistachios. We've been doing it all wrong. Some folks use their hands. I use my teeth. But this one says all you need to do is use another pistachio shell to break it apart. So we've been doing it wrong all this time. What do you think? Lame.
It's the second time that hack has come up, by the way.
Lamos.
What I don't like about the picture they chose is they chose 2 pistachios that look like they wouldn't be that hard to open.
Well, it looks like to me they're using the one that would be harder to open.
To open the easy one.
Yeah.
4.
I think it'll be the other way around.
So this one says letting children spill the juice, and this is regarding a juice box. And it says instead they can use the handles on each side of the juice box. That way they won't squeeze too hard and spill their drink. Those are handles on the side of the juice box?
No, those are handles. Those are just flaps used as handles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
That's the proper way to do it, though. You know, properly.
Number 5 is not sleeping correcly.
Correct.
So I mean, I can get on board with these pictures. There's 2 pictures. When you lay on your side, the most important thing in this picture is the pillow between the legs. If you put a pillow between your legs, ideally one that's sized correctly for you, it'll keep your hips in a more neutral alignment, which will put less pressure on your hips and low back. That is a good way to sleep, especially if you have issues. If you toss and turn, they make pillows that are more hourglass shaped that hold there a little bit better. You'll probably still lose it midnight, but sometimes when you turn, it'll stay with you. And then when you're on your back, you don't have to, but you could place a pillow underneath your knees, which will help keep your knees from being fully extended, which can decrease blood flow and cause you aches and pains and muscle spasms. So these check out.
Or if you just duct tape it, then it won't go away.
It's good to know we're one for 5 so far, so that's good.
Number 6, peeling oranges with our hands. Heathens. You don't use your hands. You simply use a knife, cut off the top and bottom of that sucker, and you cut it in the middle. Then you open it like you would a tangerine, because apparently that's how you're supposed to eat tangerines too. But yeah, this is great. And then you just eat it off the rind. Rind? Rind.
It's like
7.
was telling us that we missed like Tangerine 101 to get to like Orange 201 because I didn't know that that's a common way to eat a tangerine.
Nope.
If you are looking to cool your drink, it's actually much easier to cool down a room temperature drink. If you use a wet paper towel, wrap it around the drink, and then put it in the freezer. Maybe even if that's true, this thing doesn't tell you for how long it should be in the freezer.
6 hours.
Number 8 is the age-old debate for toilet paper. Does it go under or over? According to the original patent for toilet paper roll, it is shown in an over fashion, but this really just comes down to personal preference. Over or under.
Okay, does anyone prefer under?
I grew up under. That's how my mom puts toilet paper, but I prefer over because it's easier for me to take.
We have monthly meetings in the downstairs bathroom because the girls constantly put it under when they change it, and I'm like, look, it's got to go over, and they're like, why? I'm like, because it does. That's the way it works. And they're like, but I don't understand. Like, it's ridiculous.
9.
Yeah, this one. You're cutting bread. You're doing it wrong. Apparently, you got to flip it over and cut it from the bottom. Because it's softer. It's less crummy, I guess.
Okay.
1, 0.
Overusing toothpaste. You're probably using too much. Trust us. You only need a pea-sized amount. So what this is basically advocating is just read the instructions.
Don't pee on your toothbrush.
Also, don't scroll down. Oh. If you're gonna toothbrush. Did you scroll down, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm feeling about.
Did you see the toothbrush with the centipede on it?
No.
Whew. Thank gosh, that's only me.
I'm guessing you're getting different ads than me.
Oh, no, it's the next story. It's 23 pictures that make you feel uncomfortable.
That's what I mean. You're getting different stuff than me.
Oh, weird.
Maybe you Google more pictures that make you uncomfortable.
Of centipedes on toothbrush. Usually at least once a day.
And I'm sure that's a caterpillar.
Yep, sure.
Now that I know the difference.
Let's call back. It's
Sure
actually
is.
a silverfish and the worst.
Kalaf goes, the real question is, will your cat paw the toilet roll and unroll the whole thing? Meow. Well, have you ever had a cat bat the whole toilet paper roll?
First of all, I have real pets. Second of all, no.
I've never had it happen either, but I've seen great videos online of that happening.
I think that it's doctored. They put like catnip on it, and they're like, all right, Skippy or whatever your name is, go paw it. And they're like, yeah, it's great.
The great cat conspiracy of
The great cat
2020. The great cat conspiracy. It sounds like Great Gatsby. It's great. KJ, I move entirely way too much to keep any sort of pillow anywhere, not even under my head. Quiet
Duct
goes,
tape.
I don't cut it like that, but I do cut oranges in like pairs with knives. It's much easier. And then True Maker goes, you peasants, I have my servants peel my oranges.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy people. Using your hands and stuff.
True Mega goes, my
so
wife
gross.
does under, and it drives me nuts. I've never met somebody who prefers under for toilet paper.
Does anyone in chat prefer under? Raise your hand, and thanks for coming to the show.
Well, because, I mean, I don't even prefer having a toilet paper roll thing. I'd rather just, palm it, if you will. Like, just hold it. It's so much easier. But
Wait, what? Like you hold the toilet paper?
yeah, so instead of this is not toilet paper, this is Kleenex bathroom tissue or whatever it's called. But let's say this was
Shouldn't
the
use that.
roll of toilet
Bathroom.
paper, then you hold it in your non-dominant hand, and then you just can go with your other one, and you don't have to grab anything. You don't have to have a roll. It's not any easier. So anyway, whatever. Tracer did raise Tracer's hand to say yes, under, even though now Tracer's trying to say, I just meant to say hi.
You better. You're about to
Good
get that
moron.
banhammer.
Let's find out what Miko's tracking. At this hour, it's now 7:38 on the West Coast. Mike?
Mike, what are you tracking? Well, it's funny you should ask. And a big victory for Bigfoot lovers. According to The Guardian, an endangered bat, which was not seen in 40 years, has been found. Critically endangered species of bats not sighted in 40 years has been found in Rwanda. The incredible discovery delighting conservationists who had feared it was already extinct. But the hill's horseshoe bat was still, in fact, clinging to life in Rwanda's Ngui forest, a dense rainforest. The dense rainforest. Yes. There has been no information of the population of the mammals in the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, in 2021 listed them as critically endangered. Rediscovering the lost species was incredible, John Flanders, director for Bat Conservation International, said. It's astonishing to think that we're the first people to see this bat in so long. The Texas-based nonprofit had partnered with the Rwanda Development Board and Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association to conduct surveys in the jungle starting in 21-3. In 21-9, after a 10-day expedition scouring the caves in the forest, the scientists found the bat. We knew immediately that the bat we had captured was unusual and remarkable. The facial features were exaggerated to the point of comical. But it took them another 3 years to verify its species. For the researchers in Rwanda, the elusive discovery marks the beginning of a new race to save the once lost species from disappearing again. Now our real work begins to figure out how to protect this species long into the future, said Flanders. So that proves Bigfoot is real.
Does it?
Sure does. That's what I took away from that.
It was Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Nyungwe, I believe, is the forest, according to me trying to listen to what Siri told me while you were reading.
Nyungwe
Forest.
Sounds good.
So. Well, cool. The bats are back. All right.
Bats are better than people.
So does this indicate anything else with like climate change when like animals that we haven't seen for like decades show back up?
Well, so the issue is kind of the opposite, to where a lot of animals are quickly becoming endangered and becoming potentially, they're in danger of becoming extinct because of deforestation and climate change. Excuse me.
Wow,
it's a big yawn. So this one is actually, it's kind of an aberration though, where it's kind of unusual for this to happen, for a creature to be found after being thought endangered. But I mean, it is entirely possible that with changing like temperatures and such, that we will see other animals who didn't have the habitat moving closer to society in places that are used to have been. So generally speaking, it's bad, but I mean, occasionally.
Tracer says, still working, want to get off work, but GMS makes things better. Happy that you're with us this morning. Also, top of the moron to you. Hey, it's Brendan _TTV. Also, Drew Mega's going to take off.
Good moron.
So we'll miss you. Thanks for being here.
Alexa, tell Drew Mega goodbye.
We'll have Charlie Rosen join us at 8:20 a.m. Pacific time today. Hey, it's Brendan _TTV helped us get in touch with Charlie. So excited about this coming up in just about 40 minutes from now.
Nice.
To my knowledge, first Grammy nominee we've had on the show.
I'm on that show.
Ooh, I forgot we were going to tell your Grammy story.
Ooh, yeah, we don't have time for that.
Okay. Maybe after. Actually, I think that was going to be question number 3 is, hey, Charlie, how does your Grammy story compare to Mike's? And then Mike was going to tell his story.
Yeah. Oof. I got a spoken word one for talking about nothing.
Apparently you did Hugh Drew Mega's voice assistant before Drew Mega left.
just wanted to say goodbye. So, I do have a friend that has an Emmy though, and it's really cool because he just has it like in his living room. He worked on a TV show, and I guess like the whole crew got. I don't know. Maybe they're not like official Emmys then. I don't know, but like he got an Emmy for whatever show he was working on, and yeah, it's just like chilling in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Well, that'll happen. I have a friend who won a sports Emmy, and it was for like a collective. So yeah, everyone who's on that crew receives one. So it's probably legit.
Oh no, I know, yeah. That's fair. But no, it was really neat.
Alexa says that it is 9:42 a.m. according to Kate Zaid in the Central Time Zone.
Interesting.
We do have sports coming up after this. Our topic of the day: what is something you once thought you were totally right about, and then it turns out you weren't? I once thought ABBA sang "Ollie Oxen Free" and said, "Baby, I'm still free. Take a chance on me."
Yeah, again, like I've been trying to figure out because I know there have been things where I've thought, you know, like, there's no way, like I know the answer to this and it's wrong. Like I can't think off the top of my head of like a specific instance.
I think there's been more song lyrics than that, but
probably.
Yeah.
Well, actually, here's a big one. Madagascar has 29 million people.
I thought it was 58 million people.
Nah, it's a mere 29 million.
Okay.
Not that many. But yeah, I always thought it was like an uninhabited island that had like maybe 100,000 people, like natives who lived in spread out areas. I was wrong.
Just a bit outside, to use baseball.
Just a bit outside.
Speaking of baseball, we have sports coming up next.
Sports are better than people.
Well, and I did appreciate Mike or Sean saying the thing about even as a doctor, like having to realize that there's sometimes that you're wrong, but then trying to find the information or realizing you don't know it all, because I think that that's maybe something that profession has a lot of pressure, you know, to have. Yeah. So,
which sucks though is there's some older doctors like, and this is a big issue in Indiana. Is you'll have a lot of older doctors who are like, I'm always right. And it doesn't like, and you're like, well, I know there's something else that's wrong. And they're like, nope, you just have like a splinter. And you're like, what? Like my finger is gone. And they're like, nope, it's diarrhea. And you're like, hold on, it was a splinter. But my finger's gone. I have leprosy, doc. But yeah, there's a lot of doctors in this area that are they've been doctors for a very long time. And they know. You know. So it is cool to hear Sean say like doctors don't know everything, but their job, I guess, is to help figure it out,
right? Brennan goes, some doctors would be much better at doctoring if they would grow, change, admit that they could be wrong. Case in point, what Mike O just said.
There's one doctor around here, and this is a trigger warning for folks who believes that homosexuality is a mental condition, and I went to his office once. He was a specialist in something, and he's got pamphlets about how to cure homosexuality, and yeah, I mean he's like a doctor. It's not some like, you know, dude who's like, oh yeah, if you just use crystals, homeopathic, is that what it's called? Or whatever it is. But yeah, there is a doctor. He works with one of the large medical corporations here in Indiana. And he thinks homosexuality is a mental deficiency.
Wow.
So okay, cool. Great. Great. Yeah.
Brendan
people.
goes, I'm thinking specifically of the guy that told me once, quote, in my professional medical opinion, what you have is really weird. Cool, doc. In my professional opinion, you need more schooling, says Brendan. The next doctor I saw found out what was wrong with me right away. Digital Doc Games is here. Good morning to you, Doc. It's good to see you.
Top of the moron.
Digital Doc Games goes, doctors can be wrong, but not in their MCU rankings.
Wrong. Well, I mean, I guess hopefully we can agree now that The Eternals is the worst MCU movie.
In my professional opinion, being an MCU expert, I disagree.
Yeah. How did you enjoy Shang-Chi?
After watching
Zero
MCU movies, I have concluded that the Eternals are probably the best.
Okay.
But I'm going to watch this new series on Disney Plus, Moon Knight Shyamalan. So,
Look, Audrey sent me this. It's a Marvel pin. It's a giant. Look at this thing. It was only $10. It's crazy. What?
That's a Marvel
Is that like
comic
the
series,
bout?
X-Men.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
the theme song from the 90s.
Ooh, okay.
Brendan goes, I never knew that was his first name. Thank you.
Great. Great.
All right, it's 7:50 now. If you would like to smell nice, like Cedar Citrus, it's a zero grit soap from Dr. Squatch Soap. You can. It's very easy to do. All you need to do is find Mike's website. Mike,
Tell us more, Mike.
About what?
Dr. Squatch Soap.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I just had to reach for this. Here's my Bayrum collection. It's soap and deodorant brought to you by Dr. Squatch. If you like Dr. Squatch, if you like soap that's handmade and smells great, doesn't have natural or doesn't have artificial, it does have natural. Doesn't have artificial stuff in it, go ahead and get Dr. Squatch. If you head to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/LikeIt'sMyco, there's a thing that says Dr. Squatch. You can click on that, browse, you can become a subscriber. If you are a new subscriber, if you use DiscSquatch10, you get 10% off of your first subscription. And if you just want to buy some soap and give it a shot, your first time purchase is $20 or more, go ahead and type in DiscBrick10, and you can get 10% off of purchase of $20 or more. You should definitely give it a try. I am a subscriber, so every quarter I get 3 new soaps to try. They're continually adding new stuff. Like I said, they have this wonderful deodorant that I'm currently wearing. It's aluminum free, so I know that's an issue for a lot of people. So yeah, give it a try and see how you like it. They got some really cool specialty soaps that come out every once in a while, limited edition stuff. Right now they have the Batman and Riddler series. They have a Star Wars series, and there's more apparently coming. So we'll see.
I just read the side of the package for the first time. It says
Zesty.
energizing and refreshing, just like a Squatch man should be.
It was Sasquatch.
Yep.
It's cold process.
It is. It's cold process.
I don't know what that means,
They
but
make
it's cold.
Instead of using hot things, they use cold things.
You know what? It's cooler than being cool.
It's cold.
It's cold. Dr. Squatch. And you see those emotes there. Both Gaming Morning Show and KJ use them. If you go to Look It's Myco on Twitch too and subscribe to Look It's Myco's channel, you get access to the 4 GMS host emotes that Mike was kind enough to reserve for us. So thank you. I like smelling your soap.
It's not my soap.
There you go. Dr. Squatch Soap, probably.com. But Mike's page. All right. It's now 8:53 in an hour. It's 7:53 currently. 10:53 out east. And 2:53 for those watching GMS in the UK. Curious how you're doing with baseball back.
I mean, it's not a whole
Did you
lot is
sign
happening.
anyone yet?
The Mets have signed a bunch of people. They just signed someone yesterday. I don't even remember who it was, but they got Chris Bassett from Oakland, which is huge. They had Keith Hernandez in camp yesterday as a special guest instructor. David Wright will be in there pretty soon. Not next week, but the following week. We're going to Florida for a week, and I realize with the season being pushed back a week, they're going to be in Florida a week longer. So I may try and find a game to go watch down there because I've never been to a spring training game before in Florida. So I might give that a shot and see if I can't do that. But yeah, I'm excited. They were showing Scherzer and DeGrom were pitching yesterday next to each other. Listening to the glove pop was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
What's that sound like?
Pop. You can't.
No, that sounded exactly like it. Identical.
It's incredible, though. And then you hear the bats. Oh, I miss baseball so much.
How do the bats sound? Not.
Nope, nice.
That's how bats sound when they come out at night. Karl Anthony Towns, career high 60 points. And your Minnesota Timberwolves beat the San Antonio Spurs 149-139.
Say that.
Also, Rafael Nadal remains perfect in 2022. Won over 27-seeded Daniel Evans at the BNP Paribas Open.
Parabolic what?
Your Denver Broncos have signed former San Francisco 49ers defensive tackle DJ Jones, 3-year contract. And former Bears QB Mitchell Trubisky is going to try to be the savior at quarterback for your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, God. Holy jeez.
You don't think that's going to work?
No. Mitch, he should just go back to Mitch. And he also is very bad.
Oh, yeah, free agency.
Bird tried to fly me here. Jeez.
Is official tomorrow for the NFL, and the legal tampering period is occurring as we speak, so things are happening.
The Eagles have not yet officially signed, but are going to sign Hassan Reddick, linebacker, who played for the Panthers, who I'm excited about. Well, linebacker, edge rusher, I guess, is the official title.
Matt Olson of the Oakland A's, first baseman, is going to Atlanta, including 4 players. Christian Patch, young outfielder, is going over to the A's. And it sounds like Freddie Freeman is likely headed elsewhere in free agency, the Atlanta Braves first baseman.
He is so fun. I love watching videos of Freddie Freeman play baseball. If Major League Baseball was smart, they would use him as their poster boy because he has fun. Weird. When he's playing, he talks to everybody, and he's always laughing and smiling and having a good time. And I hope wherever he ends up, he does well, unless it's with the Phillies or the Yankees or the Nationals, or the Dodgers. To be fair, I don't like the Dodgers either. But yeah, it's a bummer. He was well loved in Atlanta.
Twins have traded for Sonny Gray. The Mets dealt Chris Bassett, that's what you mentioned, are dealt for. And then the Yankees traded for third baseman Josh Donaldson.
True, which is crazy. Also, big news. Yesterday, Mets first baseman Pete Alonso was in a big car accident with his wife. Someone ran a red light, smashed into the side of his SUV, and flipped the car over 3 times. Shockingly, Pete then ended up at camp and was taking BP. So Pete Alonso is like the manliest man in the world, apparently. You can be hit by a car and proceed to hit dingers in batting practice.
Was everyone okay? Do we know?
Everyone was okay, yeah. They had a very nice, well-made vehicle. But yeah, it was a scary scene. His wife posted pictures.
But the other car, too?
The other car was, the other guy was fine. But the other guy, he was apparently going about 15 miles over the speed limit and just blew through a stop sign or a red light and just...
South Carolina's fired head coach Frank Martin for men's basketball. 10 seasons as the head coach, 1 NCAA tournament appearance. There you go. That is your sports. Next hour, we will play 5 Questions GMS with Charlie Rosen of the 8-Bit Big Band. Chris and Mia's checked in and said, announce Freddie already. Dodgers? Freddie already.
Can we just, instead of 5 questions, can we just play Google Feud with our guests?
Yeah, we'll give Charlie the choice. Yeah, do you want to play 5 Questions GMS or
Google Feud?
Brendan goes, I do like soap that smells great. That's why I use Dr. Squatch's Deep Sea Goat's Milk Bar, made with real deep sea goat milk.
It's true. They take goats on submarines and they milk them down there. It's a fact.
KJ says, I do love my Dr. Squatch soaps. They are now at every sink we have in the house and even outside in the garage.
Nice. Very nice.
That's where I keep mine too. It's in the garage. All right, we'll come back with more
do.
next hour. Mars Watch as well. So we'll have that story coming up.
Nerd alert!
Stick with us. It's Gaming Morning Show. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Thanks for being along with us on Tuesday, March 15th.
to dry all my tears. No, I'm not looking for someone to scare away the fears. No, I know it's not gonna happen. Don't believe in happy forever after. No one should have to feel this torn. We're unable to speak with voices to soar. We could do better than this. We could do better than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. We could do better than this. We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. We could do better than this. This. It's not that you're not strong.
Tell your friends, tell your mom. Gaming Morning Show is on 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific. If you wanna get specific, come Monday through Friday and sometimes after dark. A daily theme with a question mark. We got gaming news and sports and Bob. Hefty, Austin, Mike, and Sean, the heartthrob. I couldn't imagine any other place to go than to start the day with the Gaming Morning Show.
We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, we play 5 questions and GMS Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay and the clip of the day. Follow us on Twitter @WatchGMS and become a Patreon. Go to gms.watch and click on where to find GMS. Won't you adopt me? Time for hour number 3. Right now.
Morning, gamer. It's Gaming Morning Show. Thanks for being along for the ride. The final hour of our Tuesday show on March 15th, 2022. Left side of your screen, the one, the only sports.gaming. And look, it's Mike O. I am Hefty Goof. You can find us on Twitter @WatchGMS. We have Charlie Rosen to play 5 questions GMS coming up in just about 15 minutes from now. If you've never been here for 5 questions, it's kind of a nonsensical game where we ask the most serious of questions and hope that the guest on our show crumbles underneath the immense pressure.
I didn't know that was the point of it.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this for years. Yeah.
You've been doing it wrong the whole time, Mike.
Apparently so.
Speaking of which, today is National Everything You Know Is Wrong Day. Mike, what is something you thought you were totally right about, but turns out you weren't?
How to play 5 questions, I guess.
Crush them. Make 'em pay.
Oh,
wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting 5 questions confused with Google Feud.
Ugh, Google Feud.
That's what makes people really upset.
Google Feud.
Nobody comes back. So, K-Laugh would like to add to sports. Cam Smith won the Players' Championship. $3.6 million payout. Last round had 10 birdies with only 24 putts. 101 total over the event. Coming up, Mars Watch. There's actually, remember that Mars helicopter that we've been talking about a whole bunch?
Let's head to the chopper.
It is now going through a whole bunch of other things, including its 21st flight. It's a lot of flights.
Correct. It's enough flights to drink? Is that how drinking ages work?
You took away my lead-in. Thanks. Thanks, Sean.
What a tease. A tease.
Yes.
Do you have anything to open this morning, Sean? Ooh, look
It's
at
not
that.
very exciting. It's a transformer. Oh, wait, I do have something.
Nah, it's still not the same. Still
It's the best I got.
Welcome in, Final Hour crew.
The kazoo means the final hour crew is here.
Greetings, Final Hour crew ambassador Chris M. Yee, mayor of the internet.
Chris is here, so is Hey, it's Brendan _TTV, the other ambassador of the Final Hour crew. Dungeon Meowster KJ.
Hello, FHC.
K-Laugh along with us today as well. Tracer has been here for the vast majority of the show. I am JF Down since the pre-show crew. Digital.Games, the only doctor who cannot be wrong when it comes to MCU rankings. Kate Zaid, who's never wrong when it comes to Stardew.
To quote Kate Zaid, Stardew Valley sucks all the time.
Drew Mega was here, but had to go turn off an Alexa, so couldn't stay, which was a bummer. And everyone else who's been along with us for the ride today, Quiet I'm Gaming among the others. Please be with us for the rest of the show. We have Charlie Rosen coming up in just a little bit. It's National Everything is Wrong Day, so seriously, what is something you've been wrong about for your whole life, and then one day you realize, oh, I didn't know that. Like, for example, eating Oreos with a fork.
Edens. Using your fingers.
Well, apparently I'm the one who was wrong, because no one else does the twist, then dunk.
No?
I thought even the commercial showed, and I don't do this, but I thought it was the twist, dunk, then reattach, then eat.
That's just
I don't recall that, but I do recall, I don't know if it was a commercial or just saw someone doing it, the twist and lick some of the frosting and put it back together. That's not okay. Don't do that. That's yucky.
No.
Ugh. Not
Then
a
you
fan.
put it back in the thing.
And then you twist, lick, put it back together, dunk it, put it back in the packaging.
Dunk it in someone else's milk is the key.
This is beginning to sound like a convoluted Bop It bit.
While wearing a toga.
Lick it.
Stab it. Caesar.
Today is World Speech Day, World Consumer Rights Day, True Confessions Day, Buzzards Day. Did I miss that one the first hour, or was Buzzards Day since added? I didn't remember that.
No, it's been there the whole time.
Brutus Day, National Brutus. I like how it's National Brutus Day regarding something that happened in Rome?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ides of March, National Social Work Day, and National Kansas Day.
Maybe, so now that we're talking about Bop It and stuff, maybe the whole Julius Caesar thing was just a misunderstanding, you know? Like...
Stab it?
Yeah, maybe they were playing a game and it came to stab it, and they're like, alright, well, I guess we want to win. So you have to do that in order to, win, right?
There is like a really kind of morbid Robot Chicken skit that has to do with the Bop It. Have you ever seen that one?
Nope.
Robot Chicken's a show on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network, and it's this kid who starts playing with the Bop It, and then it's like, extend it, and then it's like, cock it, shoot it, and it has him like go assassinate a senator or something like that, and it's really, really dark.
So that's dark.
It is. It's
wow.
Yeah.
Robot Chicken has some dark comedy though, so
Yeah.
It sure does.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's always been fumbles. Quiet I'm Gaming says, I lick the frosting completely off, then put the Oreos back together and put the frosting back on the top.
Out of your mouth?
If people are really like sensitive about their Oreos, you may want to turn away for the rest of the show.
And he doesn't mean like today's show. He just means like our show in general.
Thank you for having tuned in to our show at least once. We had a lot of fun having you part of the audience today. And
I kind of want to go buy some Oreos now and just like during the show eat them completely wrong.
So I think what we learned today is there's no right way to eat an Oreo, but there are lots of wrong ways to eat Oreos.
Yeah, there's definitely not a consensus, is there? It's just a whole bunch of people knowing that each other are wrong. Which I think was kind of the premise that National Day calendar, although incredibly tough to read and poorly worded. I think that's what they were trying to say, is no matter how right you think you are, there's a lot of wrongness to all of us.
You're always wrong.
KJ says, I like to scrape the inside out and then put it in the trash, then eat the cookie. Wow. Disliking the Oreo cream filling. Of all the atrocities in this world.
I bet Kyle dips his in
Scrapple.
Yeah, that one.
No, in fact, Caleb specifically likes to take them and put them in pulpy orange juice.
So here's what Caleb does. He scrapes off the delicious white part. He replaces it with Scrapple, and then he dips it in pulpy, disgusting.
Scrapple. Gross.
Yeah.
Most offending thing about this is the pulp, said Quiet. Brennan goes, oh, we're just making the worst Oreo today. We really are ruining Oreos for almost everybody, aren't we?
No, I'm still gonna go eat some.
Cool, because Brendan's with a smear of Colgate.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's how you keep your teeth clean whilst eating Oreos. The grit of the Oreos helps, like, rub your teeth clean. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's how it works though. Like, just.
I mean, we had
Just to
Twinkies
throw
with
that out
toothpaste in them, so.
That was awful. Holy jeez. Whew. Also, we've gone from having Daddy. Apparently now he's Angry Dad.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. He's no longer Daddy. Now he's Angry Dad.
Top of the moron to Justin. Thank you for being here with the final hour crew.
Hello, FHC.
I hate spring forward so much, right, Meow? Yeah, it's so hard because we're also now a different time, like, separation with the UK, and so we have to try to do our time checks really bizarrely. It's odd. So. But thank you for being here for this morning radio show that plays games. We're curious if you have something that you thought you were right about for a long time and it turns out you were wrong. Downs goes, I could eat minty Oreos. They make them, right?
Yeah, they make mint Oreos. The thin mint Oreos are pretty solid.
They're better than Thin Mints, which are the worst Girl Scout cookies. So
We've got like 20 boxes of those here. I hate them. I like tagalongs. I'm gonna go eat some tagalongs.
they're magically nutritious.
Yep.
They have to be magically nutritious because they're certainly not reality nutritious.
That's fair.
Chris M.E. said Dent Oreos. Like, that's the new thing from Nabisco. It's Dent Oreos.
I mean, to be fair, they have like dog treats that are like dental sticks.
Yeah.
Why don't we have like Oreo cookies that are like dental sticks?
It might be
Makes
kind of hard
sense.
to make a dental tool made out of sugar.
No.
Justin, well, I guess I was wrong my whole life about Thin Mint cookies. They have always been the best.
Nah, they're
Man.
terrible.
Well, I'm happy at least Mike and I are on the same page because I know a lot of people who love Thin Mints, and they're not my least favorite. Those like shortbread ones are, but we never order them. So of the cookies we actually order, they're the last ones I eat.
I ordered some toffee ones this year, and I'm kind of excited. Low-key excited about those.
Well, and then
They're
people
pretty good.
put the Thin Mint ones in the freezer, and then
My wife, that's where our Thin Mints are, and I put the tagalongs in the fridge just to keep them from melting-ish. I don't like them melted.
keep them from melting-ish. Not full on.
Wait.
not melted. Ish.
You have to understand too that the O family keeps their house at a smelting 88 degrees.
If it was up to my wife and children, it would be at a smelting 88 degrees. Luckily, I control the HVAC with my phone.
Alexa, turn the thermostat down to 69 degrees.
Nice. It's 8:20 West Coast, 11:20 out East, 3:20 for those watching GMS in the UK. Charlie Rosen plays 5 Questions GMS next. Gaming Morning Show. Gaming Morning Show continues. Thanks for being along for the ride as we get a chance to play 5 Questions GMS with Charlie Rosen of the 8-Bit Big Band. Good morning to you, Charlie. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. We are very excited to have you on because we are an award-winning program ourselves. You are a Tony Award-winning and now Grammy-nominated musician. Have you ever heard of the Chris M.E. Memorial Clip of the Year Clip M.E. Award?
No, I have not. Tell me about that.
It is an amazing thing that we ourselves have won once because Mike was hilarious. So there you go. That's about the gist of it. In all seriousness, so we are so thankful for you joining us because again, you have this Grammy nomination, which we're going to talk about. But maybe there are some who have not heard of the 8-Bit Big Band. So we would love to know the background. Give us the story of your band.
Yeah, basically the 8-Bit Big Band is a 33 to as large as 65-piece jazz orchestra that I started to rearrange and reimagine music from classic video games and beloved video game music in the same way that, you know, in the mid-century and in the music industry of the last 100 years, there have been many other catalogs of music that have become popular canons, such as Broadway shows, film scores, the Great American Songbook, jazz standards, that have all become bodies of work for various generations to reimagine through jazz and other mediums of people putting their own spin on it. Now we have a generation that has grown up with a whole new canon of music through the medium of video games and the soundtracks that we love. And I think that catalog of music deserves the same respect and recognition and honor that the great musical works of the last 100 years have gotten. I've been lovingly calling it the Great Video Game Songbook. All of these standards of video game music that have emerged just from an entire generation of people all experiencing the same games and art form.
And give us specifically details on the one song that you are nominated for the Grammy Award. They'll be on April 3rd is when the Grammy Awards are.
That's right. So the song that we're nominated for is Meta Knight's Revenge from Kirby Superstar. And actually, I just learned literally this morning, it's Kirby's 30th birthday, and Nintendo themselves are doing a big band concert in August in Tokyo to honor that. Me and Jake Silverman, who goes by Button Masher, did our own sort of avant-garde jazz spin on it that was nominated for a Grammy this year, which is thrilling because it's only the third time that a piece of video game music has ever been acknowledged by the Grammy Awards. It was a complete long shot. I entered us into it thinking, who knows? Who knows? It's video game music. It's so niche, but hey, good music is good music, I guess, and here we are. People recognize that, which is incredible.
And speaking of the music, I wanted to mention before we get started with the game, you get, obviously the people involved with the big band are probably pretty invested, but you also have quite a few like popular New York artists, Adam Neely, Leo P, Grace Kelly. Like, do they come in like, yeah, I'm super excited about video game music, or does Leo P come and go, I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to play the hell out of it?
It's a healthy mix. I mean, I've lived in New York now for 12 years and developed quite a circle of friends that are incredible artists in the jazz scene. And similar to what I'm talking about in the past, where they'd get, Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald and all of these famous jazz musicians to cover these pieces, I wanted to do the same thing with this catalog now. As far as if people are or aren't gamers, it's generally 50-50. Some people are, I'm not really a gamer, but I'm a great sax player, so I'll bring them in. Leo, to be specific, I asked him to do this, and the track that he recorded, the Mario Land Underground theme, that was actually his idea. He is a gamer, and he thought, I've always loved this tune from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. I would love to do something with this.
The niche of the niche at that point.
Yeah, so he's a gamer, so he came into it with his own ideas. And so that made it even more fun for me because I went, oh, yeah, and, I know you're playing, and so I have this idea of what you want to do. It's really collaborative in that way.
All right, we are here to have you play a game, Charlie. It is called 5 Questions GMS, nonsensical fun, and we start with the leader of the 8-bit big band, Charlie Rosen, with question number 1.
Ready.
All right, so question numero uno. The 8-bit big band's Grammy-nominated song is Meta Knight's Revenge. So we'll ask you about 1985 Stuntman award-winning Knight Rider, the 1980s TV show starring David Hasselhoff in a talking car. The question is, according to Mental Floss, the show's theme song, composed by Stu Phillips, is based on a selection from what ballet? Capella, Giselle, or Sylvia?
Oh my God.
And I think we have a sample of music, perhaps?
If you need an audio clue, Charlie, we might be able to have Bob, our big voice, help. Would you like an audio clue?
Absolutely, I'll take any help I can get.
Bob, can you help us?
Yes.
Okay, just a sec. Let me get Bob to bring you this. Okay, here we go. That's not it. That's music from someone else. This doesn't sound at all like some sort of symphony or something like that.
Wow, they're really ahead of their time.
Yes,
Wow.
that ballet.
Don't you remember the great ballet by something or other?
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And
good.
Action, Bob. I don't think Bob wants to cooperate. You're gonna have to do this one without the audio clue, apparently.
Jeez, that's really tough. I'm so not versed in the classical world of ballet and opera, but what?
Yeah, that's.
What are my options again?
So your options are Capella, whatever. That one, Giselle, or Sylvia. The C one, the G one, or Sylvia.
What are are those the names of the ballets?
Sounds right.
Okay. Do we know the composers?
Stu Phillips.
Okay.
Is the guy who wrote the show's theme song.
What about the composers of the ballets?
I think there's Rodney did the first one. Elvis did the second one. And then Stuart Wright did the third one.
Stuart Wright?
Right.
Stuart
All right.
Wright did Sylvia?
Stuart
no
Wright
clue.
did Sylvia.
Not Stuart Wrong, but Stuart
Not
Wright
Stuart
did
Wright.
Sylvia?
Stuart Wright.
So the right
what was-
person wrote Sylvia, the right person.
The right person. Yeah, the
Not-
wrong,
what was my
the
second
wrong
option?
One.
We're doing great here so far.
G.
I'm gonna go with option 2. I have truly no clue. That is so deep. Was I right?
Charlie, that's a great answer. I really like the fact that you're going with number 2, which was Giselle, but that's actually Tom Brady's wife, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We actually threw that one in to kind of throw you off the scent. You still have time to answer correctly.
Okay, so it's not that. So I don't know.
Bob hasn't didgeridooed yet. So
How about what was the third one? Sylvia?
Oh, there we go!
Correct.
Yes, we did it!
I flipped the coin and it came up right.
brilliant.
Ding, ding, ding! I do want to
October
be honest though, Charlie. Had you had the audio clue,
Yeah.
I would have nailed
yeah. So that's all Bob's fault.
Great. Yeah.
You're
Thank you
fired,
for that.
Bob.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bob.
You're
Thanks for throwing
welcome.
me off there.
Bob, get back in your box.
Okay. Question number 2.
Question number 2. We asked you where you have not traveled that you would like to go. And you said Brazil. There, the pandero is claimed to be the country's unofficial official instrument. So clearly, according to the journeyingtheglobe.com, panderos are built on a round wooden frame. How many pairs of metal jingles fitted along the sides? 3.
No way.
Nice.
No way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh. You have multiple choices here.
What are they? Is any of them 5?
It is now.
This is a literal pandero.
I mean, we can't argue with that. I think this question was written just because the options were 3, 6, or 9. Nice. But 5, I think, is the right answer because you're holding one, so we can't.
What is
I don't
yours?
know.
What's your answer? 6?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. And mine's like some busted American pandero.
Do you have the knockoff brand version?
Bargain Pandora.
We're actually clipping this right now to send to journeyingtheglobe.com.
Yeah.
Be like, we have visual evidence to the contrary. Thank you very much. That is absolutely correct. In fact, visual evidence makes you now 3 out of 2.
Ding, ding, ding.
You are actually over
Bonus
100% as we speak.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Charlie Rosen's our guest, the leader of the 8-Bit Big Band, and you are nominated for a Grammy. So question number 3 has to do with this.
3.
Because you've also won a Tony Award, which means between the 4 of us, we have exactly 1 Tony Award, which is amazing. But in all seriousness, what's it like to win a Tony, and specifically, what's it like to be up on stage to receive it?
Yeah, you know, the whole experience was such a crazy blur. It all felt like it happened so fast. I have like a vague vision of being on stage and looking out into the crowd and making a speech, and sort of didn't really remember what I said until I went back and found the clip so that I could post it on social media. But I mean, it's crazy. It's like such a thrill, you know. You're sitting there in the anticipation, and as soon as they say your name, it's like this shot of adrenaline. You're like, oh my god. You go up there, you're like, and then they immediately usher you. You make your speech. You're like high on adrenaline. They usher you to give a bunch of interviews. Then they put you in a car and they take you to an office and they give you the statue, you know. And then you get put back in the car. You go back to the ceremony. You're holding the statue. The next 25 minutes of the Tonys, I have no idea what happened because I was just like, it has a little disc in it. You can spin the disc.
Wow.
Yeah, I would show you, but it's upstairs on my piano. I'd be away too long. I don't want to put you out.
Well,
They should hire a videographer just to follow you once you win it so you can remember what happened.
Yeah, right.
While you just blank it out.
for your next Tony Award, do that, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be a little more calm that time. I'll be like, all right, here we go again.
Congratulations, 4 for 3 so far, still over 100% as we move to question number 4.
4. Question numero 4 is Bob. Bob's slacking. So we asked what your favorite material possession or brand was, and you mentioned your entire instrument collection.
We know one of them already.
There definitely is one. What should we know about your instrument collection?
Well, one time the New York Times interviewed me and they made me take out every single instrument I own, big and small, from the lowly shaker to triangle to the mighty tuba. And we got to 70 instruments that I have in my apartment here in New York. So, you know, it's I don't know if that counts as a unit as one of my favorite possession, but I guess it sort of does. It's growing every day. Like I just got these really nice professional spoons that are very cool.
Professional spoons, nice.
Yeah, professional spoons. There's all sorts of weird things. I have a theremin. If anybody knows what a theremin is, it's a very bizarre sci-fi instrument that you play without touching it. It works with radio waves. Yeah.
How many Beach Boys covers can you play on your phone?
the big one.
You know Mike Love? It's his birthday today.
Oh, cool.
And the bonus question was, do you have an instrument? But you showed us your professional spoons.
Got my professional
So,
spoons.
showed us 2 so far.
Yeah.
Do you own a kazoo?
Oh, yeah, I've got a few in a drawer somewhere.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
You have a kazoo drawer? Fantastic.
That's
It's a sort of miscellaneous toys drawer.
Hopefully that's not an indication of how you feel about kazoos. Kazoos belong in a drawer.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get canceled on Kazoo Twitter.
Go ahead, Mike. You can. No, it's
I was
fine.
waiting
Mike,
for it.
play?
Yeah,
You
you
wanna
should.
play?
With the kazoo.
See, I'm an award-winning kazooist.
Good, yeah. The Kazooies.
I have won an award, and I have
They
a
could
kazoo.
have an award ceremony called the Banjo and Kazooies. Okay.
I have wanted to buy a banjo.
That is absolutely correct.
Correct.
Because you showed us 2 instruments on screen, that's actually an extra bonus point over the original bonus point. And because yesterday was Pi Day, if we multiply... Anyway, you have like 11 points some way, somehow. I don't know how. Question number 5 for Charlie Rosen.
5.
Question number 5 is people can find you on TikTok and Instagram. Both of them are C Rosen Music, all one word. And there you've made some fun things, including reminiscing about one phone number jingle. Okay, so we're gonna follow up that. Let's say we were in need of some new flooring per se. Do you have any idea what number we could possibly call to get some flooring?
Anybody who grew up in America in the 90s and 2000s will tell you that it's 800-588-2300. Empire, give me money. Today.
Empire, give me money.
Where's my check?
It is so true, though. That jingle, I think I used to remember seeing it during Cubs games on WGN.
Yeah.
And it's just stuck with me for like the rest of my life.
It's amazing because I think everybody assumed that it was local to wherever they grew up, but it's not. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Could you do it one more time, please?
800-588-2300. Empire.
That is enough.
What if I was in need of like some cash like right now?
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't
Here,
know it well.
let me.
enough.
Can I do the
Somebody else
lead-in? Can I do the lead-in?
Absolutely.
All right. Charlie, I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now.
has. I know this one. I know of it.
Cash now.
There it is.
We tried. You are like 8 out of 5, and I don't know math well, but that's better than 100%. Charlie Rosen, you have succeeded in your quest on 5 questions GMS.
Nice.
Thanks, Jordan. That's incredible.
Leader of the 8-Bit Big Band, you have shows coming up. New York City, March 20th, and DC on the 25th. April 9th in Boston, and between those last two, the Grammy Awards will air on April 3rd. Where can we find you if we want to keep tabs on both you and the 8-Bit Big Band?
Well, the 8-Bit Big Band exists on pretty much whatever social media platform is your taste. So most of my posting is on Instagram at the 8-Bit Big Band. Our YouTube channel is sort of our main flagship place on the internet. It's got videos of every single arrangement we've ever done in studio, and we stream on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon. But as far as news and updates, Instagram is probably your best bet.
We got to see your instruments. It was so much fun. Thank you, Charlie Rosens, for joining us this morning on Gaming Morning Show.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
That was a blast. How about that? Charlie Rosen. Oh my gosh. We got to see the instruments. We got to talk to a Tony Award winner. We had the opportunity to do that. What fun to this morning on Gaming Morning Show. Thank you to Hey It's Brendan _TTV for helping us connect with Charlie and having the chance to talk to, wow, someone who's a very talented individual, clearly. So Gaming Morning Show continues. It is now 8:40 on the West Coast. It is 11:40 on the East Coast, and it is 3:40 for those watching GMS in the UK. How much fun was that? Oh no, you can't hear me, can you?
I can hear mine.
Hello?
How much fun was that?
I can hear Mike.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Who's me?
I can hear everybody.
I can hear Diego. Shut up.
Diego talks.
No, he's scratching the glass and it's really annoying.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. We all agree. Let's all nod our heads and go, yeah, it was lots of fun.
It was wonderful.
That was fantastic.
That was really cool, actually.
Yeah, no, that
felt
was
like he and Sean could have talked like music theory for like a week,
man.
and I'd be like, yeah, I have a kazoo.
No, the 8-bit big band is worth checking out for anybody, even if you don't care about video game music, even if you don't care about jazz. Like, it should just be watched because they're fantastic. And if they ever tour nationally and come to the West Coast, I am there in a heartbeat.
I blame Bob for not having the audio. We were going to have our first ever audio clue in 5 Questions GMS history. Bob screwed it up.
Way to go, Bob.
See if
That's it. Smaller box.
Yep.
We're gonna smaller box for Bob.
Fresh.
No more air holes.
Did you feed him today? Is that
Maybe. I mean, Bob's
didn't
been
feed him
talking
so
the whole
far.
morning, so
See, he's confused.
ridiculous.
He thinks it's the birthdays.
What's the name of the instrument you asked him about, Sean?
Did you redo?
Pandero.
The Pandero. I was thinking Palmchenko for a second. I was like, no, it's cutting edge. But how cool was it that Charlie instantly was like, I have one of those.
Of course.
So my
That was so
my
good.
question though, was that actually a pandero or was that a tambourine? Because a
I-
pandero traditionally has the 6 jingly boppers.
I trust the Tony Award-winning Grammy-nominated musician over myself. So
How many jinglers
The
does
jinglers.
does a panda have?
Yes. Please answer that question, please.
Does a pandalero have?
Pandalero.
It doesn't. Oh, bandolero. It doesn't know what I want.
Weird.
Oh, it tells me about racing. That's cool.
All right. We're almost there.
So I now have a everything you know is wrong day. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you guys were saying Mennonite all morning, not Meta Night. So, like, you know, the Amish-ish people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was Mennonite.
Everyone
not
knows
Mennonite.
all the popular Mennonite songs in Kirby video games.
Yeah.
So
I was confused how that tied into that. So, but now I know.
all right. We have to let Sean go. Mike and I will take you the rest of the way. We have takeaways that were pretty okay. Clip of the day coming up in just a little bit as well. So let's go ahead and see what Look It's Maiko is tracking at this hour on Gaming Morning Show.
Currently tracking a Pandero. Jeez. Let's go to space, shall we? There we go. I mean, that's not space, but it's close enough. So, we haven't had this in quite some time, but today we have our return to Mars Watch, 1996. Just kidding. This comes from Georgina Torbit from digitaltrends.com, and she tells us about The Mars helicopter. The Mars helicopter Ingenuity continues to perform beyond all expectations, having recently completed its 21st flight. The tiny NASA helicopter was originally designed for just 5 flights, but to the delight of all, it has shaken off dust storms and handled seasonal changes, and it's continuing to operate and explore the red planet from the air. NASA announced that the helicopter had aced its most recent flight yesterday on Friday, March 11th. Hashtag Mars helicopter can't be stopped, NASA JPL wrote on Twitter. Ingenuity successfully completed its 21st flight on the red planet. The small rotorcraft traveled 370 meters at a speed of 3.85 meters per second and stayed aloft for 129.2 seconds. Ingenuity is currently performing a series of flights to take on a journey back to Perseverance, which is the rover. Helicopter headed away from the rover in the last few months, exploring nearby areas of the Jezero crater, but now it's on its way home. This is the site of an ancient river delta, and it's a particularly exciting area to explore. That's because millions of years ago, it would have had warm, shallow water, which is the ideal conditions for the formation of life. If there was ever life on Mars, this delta would be a place to look. Ingenuity will be helping Perseverance by scouting ahead and identifying driving routes that Perseverance can follow. It could potentially help Perseverance to drive both safer and faster as obstacles can be identified and avoided. Back to you on Earth. It's actually really, really cool. I don't know if you follow the Mars thing at all, or if anyone does, but recently they actually discovered what looks like a branch coral on Mars, which is a huge deal. I can't move my car forward because we're not playing the game yet. Okay, never mind. I was like, it's broken. But they found what looks like a branch coral, which, if you know anything about coral, has to live in water. So they're hoping that this river delta is going to provide some proof that there was actually life on Mars. And obviously we're not going to see like little green men or gray men running around, but
yet
that's the life we're talking about, is mostly plant and like single-celled organisms. So that's so cool.
So cool. Man, I'm surprised I actually haven't heard of the chopper for a while, because you were just jazzed about this thing when it first took off.
Well, it hasn't done anything really newsworthy in the last little bit here. Honestly, it's just kind of been plugging away, doing its thing. Like they said, they only expected it to have 5 flights, and we're up to 21 now, and there's no indication of it stopping. So, like, it's not breaking. There's not any major issues. They've had a couple of issues with boot log stuff where they have some issues communicating with it, but I mean, it's on Mars. So, like, if I go out and sit on my front porch, which is right on the other side of these monitors, I don't get Wi-Fi. And that's 11 feet away. So I can only imagine, millions of light years, or millions of miles.
It's like that comedian where people are complaining about like Wi-Fi in the airplane. It's like, the thing has to go to space.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
Well, for me, that's like when people talk about like, if you get the vaccine, there's like tracking nanobots in there, and it's like, dude, my GPS like can't tell me when I'm on a road with no end. Like my Wi-Fi doesn't work if I get like an inch too far away from the router. Do you really think that like our government has the capability of tracking us like a lot? Like maybe there's some other things in there, but these nano trackers are not one of them.
Nano trackers.
Yeah, like what? Nano trackers? It's like Santa tracker, except for
Grandma.
Nana. Yeah. Where is Nana right now? Well,
with our handy dandy Nana tracker, you can keep tabs on Nana too.
For the small price of $1 million, well, you can implant this into Nana. But it's really cool. Like I said, I've been keeping up with the Mars, with everything going on Mars. They've actually, I'll have to find the website, but they do like they have videos of like audio from Mars where it'll be like a picture from Perseverance with the set, like the wind just basically blowing on Mars. And a lot of people are like, it's wind, like who cares? But you're like, dude, it's wind from Mars. Like it's literally it's on Mars. This is the environment on another planet. Like, what? That's nuts. So every once in a while, I'll turn that on and watch that for a little bit, and it's pretty cool.
That's neat. Yeah, I'm not. I am not super into space, but not because of like I'm not impressed by space, right? I just don't track it as much as you. But I love hearing how into space you are. Like that's one of my favorite things, and this show has kind of brought it out. Even like case in point with Charlie and what Sean just said. I have not routinely listened to video game music nor big band music, but I'm sitting there watching Charlie's videos. They had the one of the songs from the DuckTales like NES game, which for some reason the DuckTales and some of those 8-bit games, especially probably because I was a kid, like those really stick out for me. And so I was watching that this morning. I also love, if you have a chance to go to the YouTube page that we were linking to earlier in the show when Charlie was on, the way they shoot their videos is really neat because they kind of mash up some of like the 8-bit visual elements into their videos when they're playing the music.
That's
from
really cool.
So. Am I disconnected? Because our opponents aren't moving. It was really weird.
I noticed that too. Two of them, one of them is.
That was really bizarre though. I'm just like dribbling through time and space and no one's moving.
There we go. Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, why is no one? I figured people just left.
Earthling.
Hello, FHC.
Was doing some Martian booty shakes, which are always appreciated. All of the tech we have in Mars is incredible. They're already tracking us with our black mirrored phones.
It's a TV show. That's like really weird.
I mean, and that's where like I won't hook up my Alexa because I don't want to have quote a smart speaker in my house, and yet I'm allowing Apple to have all my information. So
I'll say your phone's already listening.
Yep, so. I'm totally a hypocrite.
Your phone, your laptop, your iPad, all the above.
This microphone.
Accurate. The microphone is definitely listening.
The webcam that Mike installed in my house without my knowledge.
What? No.
Don't you remember when you said you wanted to have a business where you help everyone hook up their Alexas?
Yes.
I was Mike's first customer.
What you guys don't know is when you order things, they come to my house.
We don't know yet. I'm wearing my space leggings right now, one of 4 pair. Nice, KJ.
They must be very cold. Just kidding.
Now all I can think of is Space Pants, which was an SNL bit.
Space Pants.
With Peter, is it Dinklage, who plays...
Peter Dinklage, that's funny.
On Game of Thrones.
Yep. The FedEx guy's backing into someone's driveway. That's not allowed.
Go, FedEx guy. Are you not allowed to park in the driveway?
You're not allowed to. You're not supposed to back into people's driveways because that's when accidents mostly happen.
Mic job number 1.
Interesting. There you go. We're all learning something today on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. Big thanks again to Charlie Rosen for joining us. Tomorrow, we'll be joined by GSM, Graham Matthews of Wrestle Rant. You can find more information on Twitter at that handle, and we will talk about WWE 2K22. We'll likely talk a little bit about Scott Hall, and then coming up tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is GMS After Dark with Look It's Mike O. Rich Fan joins. Rich is also made a career in wrestling and talking about wrestling shenanigans.
I just got some wheels. They're the most incredible things I've ever seen.
You actually are finally happy with one of your wheels?
Oh yeah.
Are they Sasquatch wheels?
Not entirely.
Oh, find out tomorrow.
It was Sasquatch.
Can you put them on so I can see? But then we'll have everyone else see them tomorrow.
Right.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are incredible.
You know what they remind me more of instead of Sasquatch? It reminds me of My Little Monster, My Pet Monster.
Oh my gosh, you are so correct.
Wait till tomorrow on Gaming Morning Show when you get to see Mike's new wheels. 8:54, we got to hustle through the end of the show. We have takeaways that were pretty okay. What is something you learned from today's show? We have that coming up in just a bit. We'll also have clip of the day, and if you missed the interview with Charlie or any of our show, you can watch it on demand on our YouTube page later today at 12 p.m. Pacific time. It is episode 8 of GMS Plays Horizon Forbidden West. Please go there, like, and comment. Always appreciated with anything that we do on the platforms. So thank you so much for being with us on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. With Sean already having left, it's time for the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Re-News. Here's your Vice video game expert. Look, it's Mike O.
What's up? You guys like video games? Me too. And if you really like video games, let Joe Scribbles from IGN tell you about a Hogwarts Legacy State of Play that's going to be happening this week. It's going to include 14 minutes of PS5 gameplay. Alexa on March 18th. Which is 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. I don't know what this 8 a.m. AEDT thing is, but it's going to be on PlayStation's Twitch and YouTube. The show's going to run about 20 minutes. Like 75% of that is going to be gameplay. So keep an eye out for that if you're excited. Also from Wesley LeBlanc and Game Informer, guess what? Grand Theft Auto 5 has new gen load times, and they're going to save you a lot of time. And what we mean by a lot of time, it means not really that much time. 1 minute and 59 seconds is how long it used to take on the Xbox One to load the game. Now they've shaved a whole minute off. Now it's just 59 seconds. On the PS4, it took 2 minutes and 18 seconds. The PS5 is actually 39 seconds, which is pretty bananas. So that's really cool. So it's going to shave off a lot of time, which is fantastic. Thanks, Next Gen. Finally, things are getting out of hand. Oh, and that's good from Polygon tells us Elden Ring was run in sub 30 minutes. There's still no officially recognized records, but it's a start. So the guy, speedrun.com, the community's leading database, doesn't yet have any listings, hasn't stopped runners from getting a head start. It appears one of the first ones, one of the big ones, comes in at 28 minutes and 59 seconds. That's bananas. That means that they beat the main plot of the game. It's not a 100% completion, but it means that they did quite a lot. So that's crazy. And finally-ish in our segment within a segment, out today, Grand Theft Auto 5 or GTA Online is available for your new gen series, PS5 and Xbox Series XS. Dawn of the Monsters is available for everything. Phantom Breaker Omnia is available for PS4 and Xbox Own. Switch and PC. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach available for your Xbox XS and One. Aethernaut is available for your PC. And in our most beloved thing about words of games we'll never give away, our name of the morning goes to the Cruel King and the Great Hero, available for the PS4 and Switch. Back to you.
Well, that's clearly
that kind of run. That kind of run is known as any percent. Which I don't understand, but okay.
I mean, that's clearly not true. We're definitely going to have a name of the month giveaway. We're going to actually do that this week without fail.
Okay. Okay. Wink.
Okay. It's time for the clip of the day. The clip of the day. Then get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. But right now it's time for the clip of the day.
Panderos are built on a round wooden frame.
Mm-hmm.
How many pairs of metal jingles fitted along the sides? 3.
No way.
Nice.
No way.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh. You have multiple choices here.
What are they? Is any of them 5?
No. It is now.
This is a literal Pandero.
I mean, we can't argue with that. I think this question was written just because the options were 3, 6, or 9. Nice. But 5, I think, is the right answer because you're holding one, so we can't.
What is yours? What's your answer? 6?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Mine's like some busted American Pandera.
Do you have the knockoff brand version?
Bargain Pandera.
We're actually clipping the. There you go. We're gonna have to send that to the website from which we got our source information. I like how Charlie goes, "What did I get? Some sort of knockoff Pandera?"
It's like the great value Pandera.
Right. Pretty good stuff today. A lot of fun. Takeaways that were pretty okay. And then we're going to send you over to Retro Hitch. I was trying to find quickly someone who might have been playing, what was it, Kirby and the Shiny Star or something. It's the game that Meta Knight's Revenge is from. I couldn't find anyone that I could look at really quick. And so instead, we'll send you over to Retro Hitch, who is a retro gamer. So figure 8-Bit Big Band, somebody who we could send you over to. So we'll say hi or good morning from GMS coming up in just a bit. What is your takeaway that's pretty okay? Look, it's my go.
My takeaway that's pretty okay is that Charlie Rosen did not write a song called Mennonite's Revenge. Instead, it was Meta Knight.
Meta Knights.
Meta Knights. Not Mennonites.
No. Say things slowly. Quiet Time Gaming is our Billy Thundergun winner today. We learned a lot today.
Billy Thundergun, Teammate of the Match Award.
In fact, how we all eat Oreos is apparently different. Quiet wins it for I lick the frosting completely off, then put the Oreos back together and put the frosting back on top.
That's so gross.
If you want chaos, Quiet Time Gaming is here to deliver the chaos. My takeaway that's pretty okay is apparently some people will eat Oreos with a fork. And that we're also supposed to know that the tangerine cut is where you slice the tangerine in half and roll it out. I'm just going to stop. This show is over. Takeaway from Brendan. I'm going to go write Mennonite's Revenge. Mennonite's Revenge. Chris M.E., my takeaway is be aware of Mennonites. Be back tomorrow. Please say good morning from GMS to Retro Hitch. For Sean, for Austin, for Mike, I'm Hefty Goof.
Bye.
Scottsdale, everything is new.